Now hold on. Now hold on. There was exactly one page where I knew that she was the one. I got it. Don't worry. I got it.
Simi, you gonna be to
Semi
the end to ask
cosign.
you? What's up? I'm good,
You
man.
hate to see it. That means I lost.
A little something like Eenie, Meanie, rap from the beginning. Smoke a little pack, but the pack never timid. Church, but I'm seeing it. Curse when I'm winning. She need a new back when it's back, I'ma bend it. Slap up some guinea, pass me the henny. Watch a nigga black slipper yak, I'ma quit it. Swerve in the Benzie, perfume is Fendi. Bob and move fast, real fast like I'm Ricky. That's 'cause I'm pretty, came from the dirt. Shovel up a nigga, can't handle the work. Ooh, y'all, swing with it first. Young white girl like a rambo.
I didn't have the power to go through with the fairy tale one, guys. It's not happening. It just forget I
That shit's ass.
forget I ever brought it up. I'm not doing it.
Hiro Mashima is a hack, and I want all of you that are reading Eden Zero to know that he's gonna let you down. And don't be surprised.
Hey,
Oh, Mashima got it. See, that's what happens when you talk down about the bad bitches.
but all right. Let me just grab the show notes because I forgot what I wrote already. Say hi to YouTube. This will be on the tube of you later. But welcome to the next installment of Revisionist History. Today we'll be talking about Saint Seiya. And for anyone who doesn't know, the Revisionist History series is where we take a completed manga and we have a conversation about its perception, the misconceptions about it, and if people's have changed their mind about the series in terms of its like general perception. Like after the fact, sometimes when something's going out, it might be mid or it might be great, but after people are like, what, it wasn't that bad, so that's what the series is for. So let's get it. But all right, when did you guys start watching and or reading Saint Seiya? How did you discover it? Like, what's the origin story here? When did you first discover your cosmos?
Man, you see, I was always loosely aware of my cosmos. I felt the burning desire within my chest, even at a very young age. I don't remember the exact year that Viz was localized in the manga way back when, but I always seen it around. Yo, why is this nigga laughing? He asked me a question, I'm answering. What's going on?
Simi, you're a top 5 funniest niggas I know. I swear to God.
Place.
I'm always loosely aware.
In my dreams, I used to have visions of the nights when I was a wee lad. I used to see my constellation in the sky whenever I looked up at night, but I never really thought nothing of it. And it wasn't until the 7th grade where I was punching a rock, and I was just punching it for the sake of punching it. But then when I threw a very specific right straight, that shit blew up from the inside, and that's when I knew, damn, hold up, I just burned the fuck out of my cosmos. Anyways, I didn't fully get into the series properly until middle school, but I was always loosely aware of it. I was always seeing it around. I used to see the manga all the time in the library and bookstores and whatnot. Back in the day. As I was originally alluding to when Viz was the original run that Viz was doing back when freaking they was also doing Stardust Crusaders. I think they was actually doing Knights of the Zodiac before that, but
Okay.
and then they showed it on Cartoon Network for like a month, and they cut that shit off. I was watching it on there. They cut that shit off quick. I used to see it around on YouTube with fucking Spanish subs and whatnot. But yeah, it wasn't until I got into middle school I was like, let me actually properly watch this. Cause during middle school, that's when I would actually say that's when the peak of the popularity in the West was, because Lost Canvas aired and then Omega was airing right after that. Right. Then I was on Crunchyroll at the time. I had a subscription service and everything. Omega was airing weekly. So I said, you know what? This shit getting spin-off after spin-off. Let me actually fucking watch it. And, I've been a loyal knight to Athena ever since.
Okay. I'm not loyal to that bitch, by the way. But Like I'll do my duty, but I just like you gotta pay me. What's up, Pat? What about you though?
So my first exposure to Saint Seiya was indirectly because as a kid, like, I used to have the TV on Cartoon Network 24/7, and then they used to be showing like the old stuff. So like they'll show He-Man, and then out of nowhere, one day they started showing like Ronin Warriors. And I was like, yo, they look cool as shit. They got the armor, they got different weapons, they look swagged out. I was like, let me get the toys for that. So I started playing my Ronin Warriors toys. And then one day, I'm going online and shit, looking up Ronin Warriors fan art, and all of a sudden I see like other characters being drawn. I was like, he's not part of Ronin Warriors. But it was the Bronze Knights from Saint Seiya. And I was like, oh, they look kind of raw. So I started seeing them pop up. Then after that, this was like when I was like 6, 7 years old. So this was way back, like 2002, 2003. And whatchamacallit, later on, I think it was like, I want to say right around the time when I was watching Death Note and Code Geass, that I saw Saint Seiya again, and I was just like, I kept conflating Saint Seiya with Ronin Warriors because that's what I was looking for. And then like I saw Saint Seiya and I was like, oh, it's a completely different series, because I didn't know what Saint Seiya was when I saw it last time. I thought it was just like a spinoff of Ronin Warriors or something. And then I looked it up. I seen that it was an old series, like about as old as Dragon Ball, but I ain't had nowhere to watch it. So I was like, okay. And then later on, it wasn't until I want to say recently I came back to it, because I always had the opinion that Saint Seiya was just like a battle heavy series with lots of hands. And
it was.
I started.
It is.
Can I finish?
No.
So I started the series. Was it 2018 or was it 2019? I had to be 18.
I walked across
and I
the
read
avenue
up until the Poseidon arc, and then after that I watched some of the Hades. But then, yeah.
Oh man,
That was my
thank you for reminding me, Pat. I forgot to mention a instance. You already know, always with me, things gotta go back to video games. So during that time, before I even like officially was watching it or properly trying to get into it, I was heavily watching videos of 2 video games that, of course, did not come out in North America. Those 2 video
As
games
usual.
being Saint Seiya the Sanctuary and Saint Seiya the Hades for PS2. These 2 fighting games look so fucking insane. Like, it was like Tenkaichi movement, but no Saiyans. My mind was so blown. I'm talking about 3D, seamless, environmental destruction. I used to watch videos of that all the time, and then I just went down a rabbit hole. I was just looking at a bunch of Saint Seiya of video games. There was an RPG, I think it was during the 16-bit era, it looked like to me. So I think it might have been on fucking SNES or Genesis, maybe. I don't hold my word for that. I also remember back during my Mugen days, this is closer to when I finally decided to, you know what? Let me actually go fucking watch this shit. They used to have Mugen Saint Seiya builds. So just Mugen build that strictly had Saint Seiya characters in them. I never used it, of course, because I'm not a fucking fraud. And I ain't look at fucking shit that I had no idea what the fuck it was. But yeah, those games always look so fucking fire to me. And now, how many years later, I'm getting to finally properly play them. And yeah, they just as fire as they look way back before I had a time to play them at all.
Well, mine was just the North American Knights of the Zodiac. Okay, bowling for soup. I walked across the avenue. I never thought I'd meet a girl like you. That's how I got into it. And I said, this shit's whack. I did not like what I was seeing. But like, it's one of those things where it's kind of like, by the time that I think I saw it like that, I'm like, I think I knew about kind of like 4Ks and Foxbox and stuff. So I'm like, I wonder if I actually went through it normally, like the original version, I'd like it more. But it's just one of those things that kind of just stuck around. I know about it. I kind of poke fun of it until one day I just decided to dive into it myself. And I don't remember how old I was. I want to say I was at least 15ish, but I just had to read the manga. And I just ended up having a great time. First, I like old school. I'm gonna say animation, but style, like art style. So I loved it. It was great. And then all I ever needed was that one guy. The hatred, hate. And once I saw him, it was one of those things where it's like, I could have legitimately not been enjoying Saint Seiya, but I would have stuck around for Iki. It's kind of similar to I tell people about Shishomaru. I don't think Inuyasha is very good, but I like Shishomaru a lot. That I literally suffered through all the mid of everyone doing whatever. So when he pops up, I'm like, okay, it's time, and then I'm like, I'm sad again. But that's how I got into it. I've actually at this point I've seen a good bit of the anime. I've watched a lot of the episodes and scenes and stuff that I care about, but I've never actually sat and watched from start to finish. Though I have finally watched the Hades arc, but
I haven't done it either, and that's one of the things I plan on doing. I actually only watch the Sanctuary arc. But the anime, I would like to say that the animation is ridiculously good, and I do think that it brings the series to life, if you will. So if I was ever to recommend, which I don't, because I don't give out recs, I would say watching the anime would be fine.
There you go. It's good. Remember that scene with Canon? Is it Canon?
Yeah,
Gemini,
it's canon.
When he went crazy on Iki, I'm like, bro, why you do him like that?
No, I never in my life he sandwich him with the elbow and the knee. Oh my god, concussion front and back. Like, bro, it's just ridiculous. It was just ridiculous.
Like, I can't, you can't do that to him. It's such a good animation sequence, and like he's still raw too. But I'm like, bro, nah, not to my man. Why you do him like that? That boy was suffering.
Also, that's like if you have never experienced the peak era of Toei animation, then yeah, absolutely, you absolutely should go out your way to watch it. It's pretty good.
Yep.
Now, all the movies and whatnot, I can't say. But the television, syndicated television anime, yes, it gets my cosign.
Okay, I think you are right. I think it is Saga. That is Saga, not Canon. Canon is the one that comes in the Poseidon arc or whatever, or later on.
Yeah.
Okay. Them Gemini twins. And by the way, I didn't know this. I think until our recent reread, like earlier this year or whatever. I didn't know them. I didn't know Seiya was like 13, bro. I thought that boy was like 16 plus. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm tired of hearing some shit like, hey yo, I can't respect you as a man, bro. You have no chin hair. Don't you talk to me about being a man, bro. Like what?
I mean, I don't know, family. He 13. He like 6'6".
You beating up grown men. 28. Hold on. You might be right. You might be the one.
Shit.
You might be the one. But just out of curiosity, have you guys ever checked out any of the other spin-off manga and or anime like Saint Seiya Omega?
I have. I was in the middle of watching Lost Canvas once again back in middle school. I didn't get to finish, even though it was literally one cur. For whatever reason, I didn't get to finish it, but I wasn't disliked. Oh, I remember why I didn't want to finish it, because I didn't want to spoil myself for when I was watching the original. Since it's the previous gen, or is it 2 gens? I think it's a previous gen Hades War and whatnot. So since you know that those two kind of mirror each other, I was like, let me let me temper myself and wait till I properly finish the main series before finishing this. I unfortunately never got back around to it. But from what I was seeing, I didn't dislike it at all. Of course, the anime is very like Spark Notes since it is the fucking Hades War just in 13 episodes. So it's kind of like at a very, very breakneck pace. But like from what I was looking at, I didn't dislike it.
Okay. What about you, Pat?
No, I haven't seen the spin-offs yet. I still gotta finish. I do plan on finishing the Hades arc. I gotta watch the movies.
I'll do that with you if you're around. I don't mind. But I've seen Omega, and I've read actually read a bunch of the manga spin-offs. I can't remember them all. There's so many, but my favorite is the main series. Can someone remind me if I think someone in the chat said was it called Next Dimension or Lost Dimension? That's a sequel? This one's a sequel.
Yes, that's the sequel.
Okay, yeah. When they go back to the previous yeah. That's interesting in its own right. Speaking with Simeon, like, you know, some other people, like, this is doing some research, I guess you can argue that generation of Gold Saints, if you will, are just much more competent and just stronger in general. But I took a lot of issue with what all those guys went through up until Hades, and then, you know, what happened with Seiya and the sword. And I'm like, bro, you can't handle this? But then I also remember, like, completely misremembering the Legend of Sanctuary arc, where I thought they beat like all the goals. I'm like, you guys beat like very little Gold Saints, really, and like you were totally outmatched. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't actually really run up in Sanctuary and wash the Gold Saints. But in my head, for some reason, I remember them almost like all losing for some reason. But I was wrong on that, so that's on me. So you watch all of Omega and watch some of Gold. I feel I wonder for getting a Power Rangers versus history. I've never seen Power Rangers, so I can't do that for y'all. Sorry.
What?
No, okay, that's not.
Yeah, I mean, he does. I'm not surprised that he don't know nothing about Toku. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. Even as a kid, I was like, I don't like this. This is not cool to me.
Wow.
They're doing too much flippity dippity posing.
It's raw.
I mean, Toku is a raw, but
I'll never know. I don't know. I will admit I never gave Power Rangers the most I gave Power Rangers a chance was that reboot movie.
No. I mean, the movie is good, but no.
I didn't like it like that. But you need to watch order of this. You can just read the manga from chapter 1. But you just have to watch Saint Seiya. But Saint Seiya has a bunch of filler, doesn't it? I guess a bunch of filler. I guess he's right. I'll figure it out. Remind me if I forget. But all right.
does it? I mean, it has a filler arc, but like filler episodes.
We'll probably see
don't know.
stuff. You never
But
know.
not even a filler arc. It's not even a filler arc. It's an anime original arc.
Oh, okay. Yes, it was the was it Asgard? Was it that one?
Yes.
Yes, we go. There
Yes.
we go. Yes, that's what it was. I remember now. It's coming back to me. But I do really, really, really like the Legend of Sanctuary movie. They're like the 2013 kind of like 3D-ish one, where they start the show off with them going to pretty much Sanctuary. Like, that, okay, we're just not doing the Galaxian War. We're just not doing the Dark Knights. We're going straight to say, all right, I guess. So it's like a really weird abridged retelling of stuff, but I still had a lot of fun watching it. So I thought I was a Nightwing fan. He doesn't like flippity dippity. He be flipping and dipping. You're not wrong. You got the wagon too, huh? All right. So what are your favorite 3 characters? I'm going first.
The chat be on your ass.
I'm gonna go first with my favorite 3 characters. So I'll start third. So my third favorite character is probably, gun to my head, third favorite character. I kind of like Doko Libra. I really like him. Libra, he grew on me.
Yeah,
I like him. I really do. Old man just sitting there by the waterfall, just chilling. He just like punch better.
He's a weird fucking green fucking looking thing. I'm like, how did this thing wear a cloth again? Like, oh, that's a curse. Okay, that makes sense.
When he popped up, he's like, okay. I'm like, bro, what? Okay, you nice with it? But unfortunately, my second and favorite are like pretty generic. I'm a Virgo Shaka, man. Like he nice, bro. Don't let him open his eyes. He's the GOAT. He's the
He's
greatest.
just cold, bro.
He the closest to God. He the and in my out of all the Virgos that I've seen, I think Shaka is my favorite, and I think he's the strongest personally. And then Iki is my favorite character. Iki is the hate, bro. Why did they train him like that?
That's not training, but that's indoctrination,
right? He's
because there's power and hatred.
He's a hate. He's like, you don't hate me enough. You see that girl? Dead. You know why she dead? Because you don't have no hatred. Hate. I'm like, bro.
You see, look, they're going another thing Kishimoto copied off of, but he ain't do it wrong. See, look at that.
Damn. Jimmy beat me to the punch.
You gotta have the hatred, bro. That nigga came, cause like what I love about him specifically is like anytime they sense his cosmos, they're like, "What is this cosmos full of anger and hate?" I'm like, "Yo, this nigga is so raw." You just come through, you just see him, he posts it up. I'm like, bro, this nigga is hard carrying for me. Like I love him. He's so raw. And guess who he had to fight? Shaka. Realist nigga had to go against the other realist nigga. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, who y'all favorite three characters?
For me, let's see. I mean, this is actually hard, and I had to come up with this list like literally just this second. But nah, I think it's pretty consistent. For number 3, it'd have to be the poster boy Seiya. I like this nigga because, man, every time he be like, just another miracle, please. That shit gas, boy. That shit so raw. You know me and my friendship.
Pegasus. You second.
Like that shit's so raw, man. Like, you know me and my friendship power. My favorite manga all about friendship fucking power. That shit gas. He about that shit. He about fighting for his brothers. I'm like, yeah, this raw, dog. Shit, just another miracle. Please, man. Who am I? Avi, the Witch of Miracles. Dang. Who my favorite Choji, the miraculous comeback fighter. Dang, you see, look, if a nigga talking about miracles, they raw. Just off rip. Come on, dog. Like, simple as that.
I definitely liked him a lot when I reread it. I'm like, you know what? He's alright with me. I don't have a problem with him. If you asked me when I was younger, I'd be like, he's lame. You're not Iki. Go ahead, though.
And then number 2, boy, it gotta be that nigga Saga, bruh. This nigga is too powerful. He 2 niggas. And then, and not only is he 2 niggas, bro, Galaxian explosion, bro. That's one of the rawest. First of all, forget his fucking destructive force. That is one of the rawest names for anything. Period. He blow up the galaxy, boy. Yo, all them freaking Saiyans come outside. That shit is so raw. So he got
not because he's not.
Seiya can't be Goku because Goku has Ultra Instinct and Ultra Instinct Infinity. sorry. That's honestly what they be doing, but go ahead.
He got the long blue hair. He don't even be fighting with the helmet on. That's raw. The helmet usually the best part. He don't need it, boy. He too bro. He's so powerful. Need everybody in the cut fighting him. Like, bro, when we got him to this nigga, I'm like, are we supposed to defeat him? Because we're not. Hello? Like this, man. He's gas. He is so fucking gas. And then, number 1, I'm really on my Hateness pack. My darkness pack is Hades. Yo, Hades raw. That nigga said, yo, I'm too beautiful to be fucking touched. Don't touch my real body. Like that.
Like, I gotta possess somebody.
That shit is so raw. And then when you see,
it's like, aren't you like probably weaker? Like, don't worry about all that. My body is like you see my ass, bro. You see my facial symmetry, dog. Go ahead.
Then when you finally see his real body, I'm like, that really is a pretty ass nigga. That's crazy. Like he wasn't lying. But like his surplus is so fucking cold. Shit. All of them fucking. What do they call? I forgot their names. What is the official name?
The Specter Knights.
There you go. There you go. All the specters are fucking. Honestly, I'm not even gonna hold you. There's not a single fucking cloth in here that fucking look bad to me, but we're gonna talk about that later. But all the specters are fucking fire. But Hades Surplus specifically is so crazy. He got the long black hair, and then this nigga voice deep as shit, boy. Oh my god.
His voice is fucking deep because I remember playing the game like, nigga, don't you look that pretty and girly and sound like that? The fuck wrong with you?
Now, Sono Doke Sento. I'm like, what? Yeah, he's raw. He's even though if we only see him for a couple of chapters, like the fact that his presence always felt since the first arc, the Dio effect. He's just gas, bro. He's fucking raw, and we like, man, that's a guy like low key, like you know,
8 of them niggas too, like Jesus,
like you know, Justice, Seigi Chojin, like yeah, Tina, this, but yo, son, Hades raw, dog. Might have to take some visit to the underworld on vacation, you know what I'm saying? Off hours.
Nah, that's your guess. Mr. Straw Hat Pat.
Okay. So my list is actually pretty similar to Mr. Naya over here. Number 3. I want to throw an honorable mention in there because number 3 would be Hyoga. But he takes the mama's boy trope way too far. Oh my god. Niggas be fighting, dying, they struggling. What this nigga doing? Thinking about his mom. She in a block of ice.
Mama.
Damn. Like, he could literally be the coldest nigga.
Literally.
But he too worried about his mama who frozen. I'm like, nigga. I knew he was unserious. When after the Sanctuary arc, all them niggas going to do training to get stronger to get on the level of the Gold Saints. And this nigga over there go underwater and go sleep next to his mom who frozen in a block of ice. I'm like, bro.
He put his rolls in his mouth. He dive in the water. Mama.
Hyoga's one of those characters that is insanely funny to me because all of his fights go exactly the same way. I'm gonna talk about the formula that his fights go through, but at a later date. Watch at a later time frame.
Can I guess who you have third?
I like the skill set. Yeah, go ahead.
Shiryu.
No.
Dang. All right. Go ahead.
Number 3 is Virgo Shaka. Look, man, this nigga raw. I'm sorry.
I gotta put him on screen, but keep talking.
He's sitting down, legs crossed, meditating, eyes closed. Them niggas pull up to him. He don't even fucking move. He like just sitting there talking to them like, bro, I'm currently in the middle of like training, meditating, doing whatever the fuck. Like I can't even be bothered to stand up. Like, bruh, I seen the little bit of the first Hades movie. Fucking nigga used his fucking special attack, screen shifted upside down. He blasting these niggas outside the sanctuary. I'm like, bro.
Yes, he is a cold ass motherfucker.
Like, why is he so raw? Like, he's tough. And his armor looked the best out of all the Gold Knights.
I have him tied with one, but I'm with you. I like Alios's armor a lot. I don't know what it is, but the Leo kind of armor, I fuck with it.
Yeah, that's wrong. I mean, I think all of them are.
When niggas be fighting and their eyes be closed, you just know they're a problem.
Yeah. Yep. Or when they open them, there's Oof.
Yeah, it's GG.
Rosa and Shorty.
But number 2, you think you can feel my pain, my anger, my hatred? That nigga Iki's so raw. That nigga's the embodiment of raw. Nigga pull up in the tournament.
Yep.
They like, Iki. They all shocked. They surprised. They like, what's he doing here? I thought he was dead. Niggas show up. He was like, nothing can ever kill me. Niggas like, you interrupted my match. He was like, you think you can feel even the sliver of my pain? My hatred?
Come with the kick.
Bruh.
Wait, hold on. No, keep going. To me, remember the video? Go ahead. Hold the
That
phone up.
nigga show him an illusion. That nigga almost lose his fucking mind. I'm like, bro, what you do to him? All
That
the nigga
movie
did
is
was look
so
at him. He
cold.
losing his mind. Nah, this nigga. Every time he show up, it's like Naya said. They be like, what is that? That Cosmo is so overwhelming with hatred. It's so strong.
And every time they do it, it hits every time.
And why he always show up when Shun getting his ass beat? Greatest older brother, let's go. Nigga saving his brother. Hey man, niggas over here already know how I feel about the sibling trope. That shit go crazy every time.
I would also
Nigga
like to
pull
say,
up.
I absolutely fucking adore the phoenix feathers on the back as the cape, if you
Yes,
will, of his
yes. His
claw. That shit is
fucking
so
bronze
beautiful.
cloth is so fucking tough.
And, you know,
Nah, man, nigga,
and
come
his
up.
Legend of Sanctuary costume is fucking armor is really fucking dope. I love it. I'm gonna show you that. I'll show you in a second, but keep going.
Nigga pull up, look at Shun, tells him stop being so goddamn pathetic. And he show up in front of his enemy, and all his fights, they always end up the same way, bro. And nigga fucking commit suicide when he win, and then he come back later on and fight again. I'm like, bro, you're taking the Phoenix trope too far, bro.
Nah, you talking about boy immortal bird? What do you mean?
Nah,
Phoenix.
he a real one. He one of them.
Saidai Hoyoko Tesho. This is so badass.
And number one, I don't know why you thought this nigga was third, bro.
I'm
Shiryu was
sorry.
easily
I'm
number
sorry.
one.
I'm sorry. I know you. When you said the list was the same, I'm like, is it literally the same? With I know Shiryu's in there. That's all. My bad. Go ahead though. Nigga was blind. Ray Charles over there.
This nigga Shiryu, bro. This is what you call a man's man. He do the most training out of all them niggas. I see him the first time. He tells Seiya, "You cannot defeat me. My abilities far exceed yours." What he doing with this nigga, bro? He whooping his ass. I'm like, bro, MC start the tournament, get to the second round, already getting his ass beat by this nigga?
Ooh, I mean,
What?
bad boy, bad. I mean, freaking head. He got Seiya wearing the crimson mask and everything. He gushing. I'm like, dang.
I'm like, bro, he's so fucking raw. I mean, obviously, Seiya end up winning because he's the MC, but still, I was just watching this shit. I was like, bro, he tough. Like, I think he might be the one. Then
you don't think
they
this
go
armor
into the
this
sanctuary.
looks sick? Sorry.
Jesus Christ Almighty, dog. Man,
That's Iki in the Legend of Sanctuary movie. I'm like, I'm gonna lie to you. I'm a little hard. But go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to
We gonna
interrupt.
pause.
No, I'm not gonna pause. It is what it is.
But but nah, this nigga Shiryu, fucking, he training for his cloth. His sensei tell him, you must train under the waterfall in order to gain this ability. Then nigga fucking split the waterfall. I'm like, bro, hold on a second. He's too raw. Nigga show up. And then the thing I love about Shiryu the most, every time he fighting a major enemy after the Sanctuary arc, what happens? His cloth always break. And he just like, I don't need that shit. All I need is the power of my cosmos.
He really is a strip merchant. Like, fuck this shit, bro.
Yeah.
Hands. Fight me, dog. I'm like, why is he like this?
Like, this shit weighing me down. You think you tough behind that little armor? Man, fight me like a man. He's so goated, bro. I'm sorry. The nigga Shiryu fights be getting me up. He got the best fights in Seiya.
He fighting, was it Death Mask, right?
Yeah.
I'm like,
that piece of shit.
I'm like, bro, why you don't fight him like this? But anyways, hold on. I don't even think you've seen this. I'm not gonna play the whole thing because I don't know how thing is gonna take him. Maybe I guess I could remember this, and if I have to, I'll just remove it. But me and Simi were watching this, and we were dying, bro. Oh my god, it's so fucking funny. Here it is. Let me make this a little bit smaller. Phoenix said is Iki. What did you just? Oh Oh man, she is so funny. Let's get it.
Choice. The Phoenix Saint Ezeki. Huh? That? Who exactly did you say that enemy was, Shiryu? I said the Phoenix Saint Ezeki. Huh?
Just can't fucking hear him.
Nigga shouldn't suck.
Seiya, it seems like my intuition was spot on. The identity of the Phoenix is exactly who I thought it was.
Like when he starts going crazy, he's repeating it over and over. You're gonna start laughing, but he's like, you just can't fucking hear him.
I have no choice. Do you realize who that is, Shun? The Phoenix Saint Ezeki. Huh? What was that? Who exactly did you say that enemy was, Shiryu? I said the Phoenix Saint Ezeki. Huh? The Phoenix Saint Ezeki. Huh? I said the Phoenix. Huh? I said the Phoenix. Huh? The Phoenix. Huh? The Phoenix Saint Ezeki. Who exactly did you say that enemy was, Shiryu?
I'm not gonna keep going. We'll watch the rest after, but man, remember when we were watching that shit, we were fucking howling, dog. Like, why did he do this?
The funniest part about this entire scene is Shun knew exactly who the fuck he said. That's why he said, "Who exactly did you say it was?" Like, you're not like, boy, you're not slick. You're so annoying.
Who did he exactly say? Oh, that was good. But all right, give me some characters that you can't effing stand. I guess Deathmax is one of them for you.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny for me. Like, I actually there's not anybody in this, well, at least in the fucking original run, anyways, that I hate like that.
The Phoenix
but
Saint
I will
Ezeki.
say my answer for this question is I dislike how the Gold Saints operate. Period.
Okay.
They're all highly annoying. Like, it's a miracle how they get anything fucking done. This shit is so stupid. Like, why are they constantly trying to kill each other? For the smallest things, bro. You know, like, y'all don't come cheap. Once y'all gone, we can't just replace you.
Nope.
They could talk about something. That's like, if I'm chilling in the freaking, dang. What are they fucking I'm chilling in the Aquarius Palace, and Pat come and he like, yo, how I install Fate again? And the second he step in the doorway, I'm like, do not take another step, because if you do, I will have to end your life. And Pat's like, yo, I just want to know how to install it. Nah. Another step, and he like, yo, you can't tell me what to do. I'm gonna take another step regardless. He take another step, we start fighting. Why are they like this? Why are all of them like this? It's highly annoying.
They're actually all mad annoying in one shape or form too, because it's like, we're literally trying to save Athena. Let's see if you're worthy to go through my temple. Nigga, what are you talking about? It's your job too, bitch. What are you talking about? Am I worthy to go through the temple? Nigga, help me save her. What are we doing? Go ahead.
If I remember correctly, freaking the beginning of the Hades arc, the canon came back to do a face turn, right? Mm-hmm. I believe it was but Scorpio was dead. But didn't he die during the Sanctuary arc? Fuck. But regardless. Cause he took them that move where if he do the stinger on you for a certain amount of times, you automatically think you automatically die. Yeah, I know. I said, what the fuck was that? I seen all that shit. I was like, yo, who hacked your
Oh my
shit?
god, thank you for the should we get this up to like hella people? I fucking appreciate it, Blizzard. Thank you.
But
Camilo was alive, the Gold Saints are wild. Thank you.
Oni-chan, peace.
He came back to do a face turn. This nigga, I believe it was Scorpio, because he had the fucking scorpion stinger. He was doing that shit on him.
Oni-chan,
like, if you do it a certain number of times, you automatically die. Kind of like fucking Soy Farm's move. This nigga, he literally doing everything in his power to show that like, yo, all right, like I know I was whining, I betray y'all to go to fucking marinas a little bit, but you know he back. This nigga still do the full move on him anyways. Talk about some, yo, if he survived it, he really mean it. Then, oh, if you don't die from this, then I'll allow you to fight by Athena's side. I'm like, bro, what is wrong with y'all? He fighting the Spectres regardless. What is wrong with you? Like, they are so annoying. I cannot stand them at all. In fighting like a bitch. I haven't seen it fight like this since me and Vince watched Freezing. This shit is ridiculous.
Oh man, no, he's definitely right in how they're kind of operate like they operate in a way that is absolutely non-conducive to protecting Athena. It just doesn't make any actual sense in a lot of ways, but it's funny though. I'll give them that. But he's right though. But I don't like Scorpio Milo anyways, so I don't like Milo is not a character I like. I like both Geminis for different reasons. I don't like Death Mask is another one. I honestly, for the reason why I asked this question is because I think Hyoga frustrates me. He frustrates me because he should be better.
He should.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And he just mama. I can't with him. I'm like, bro. Like, the Aquarius, I can't remember the Casmus was trying to like teach him like chemist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, you know, absolute zero, blah blah blah, yada yada, and he's just like looking at him like, what the fuck? What happened? Like, nigga, I trained you. Why you such a bitch? Like, I don't know, man. Hyoga just frustrates me in general. Like, Iki's the goat hate. You know, see Shun, I don't get mad at because end of the day, I know Shun's a pacifist at heart. He don't like fighting, and
He still got bodies though.
That's what I'm saying. But you could argue though, if he didn't have that mentality, he'd be one of the stronger Bronze Saints. It's just because he's just this is how the way he is. You know,
He be crying like a bitch. That shit is annoying.
I don't know, man.
All right, he cry like a bitch while he kill you though. He got at least 4 bodies in that manga.
You know,
I'm sorry.
He might not. He like, I don't want to hurt you, but Nebula change.
That shit, you see a heart, you gone.
Oh my goodness. So, but yeah, Hyoga's the character that actually frustrates me the most. I don't have a problem with Shun, honestly. Side small note. When I was checking out the Netflix version, they actually made him a girl, which I found was like interesting. Like, not a boy.
It's stupid. It's what it is.
Yeah, and it's not one of those things where it's like blah blah. It's just because of how the actual, because it completely changes. Because remember with this Marion and stuff. Because remember they have to wear the mask, and the mask. Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, you're actually messing with a lot of like the actual lore itself. But let me not before I get called this and that and the other. So fun fact: Shun has the higher cosmo of the main 5. Is that true?
Is it?
I wouldn't even doubt that, but.
Over Iki?
I mean, do you see the thing that Nebula Chain could do?
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Iki is Phoenix.
I love his reasoning because like it made sense to me, but it didn't make sense. But in my heart, I understood exactly what he was saying. But that's crazy because I'd probably argue. I don't know. Maybe I want to say Seiya can like raise his to the highest, but he might not have the highest base cosmos. But interesting. We'll talk about that stuff when we get to the powers.
Seiya's pretty much like Suguru in that fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, like his cosmos is not his base cosmos is most definitely not the higher, but he get that freaking that burn inner strength.
The miracle.
And that shit, man. What you know? Just one more miracle. Yo, that shit gas, boy, every time.
Oh shit. But yeah, go ahead, Pat. For any characters that that frustrate you, you're not a fan of.
Yeah, I don't fuck with fucking Deathmask. This nigga be fucking scheming and shit. And fucking the Silver Knights in general, like
they're all kind of
they're mid, like they're so mid there's no point in remembering them.
Like even I don't even rate. Is it Orpheus, the one with the harp that was in the in the underworld and stuff?
Yeah.
Sorry, I might think of the wrong person. Was it the flute that he had? I'm sorry, I'm with Silver Knights.
No, he had a harp. He had a harp.
Okay. I don't even like him. He's probably like the strongest. We'll say like whatever, dog. You guys suck. EQ was like, bro, if you cross this line, I'll beat your ass, and he left. He did not take them seriously. I said, that's crazy.
when that nigga Shiryu beat Deathmatch's ass, I was fucking fist pumping. I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's go!"
Okay. Okay, we go to the next thing. The next thing now. Now, let's talk about like the arcs. Some of my favorite arcs in Saint Seiya, which arcs you thought were good or bad and whatnot. Because I don't know if I think I told you guys this, but I have Sanctuary is one of my like 10 favorite arcs in like Shonen.
Absolutely.
It's probably around that 9, 10, and 8 mark, maybe, but it's one of my 10 favorite arcs. But like, what arcs did you guys really, really like in this?
It's so,
go ahead.
It's so funny because there's literally only fucking 3 arcs in the damn manga, but
He's not wrong.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sanctuary is absolutely god tier. Like Sanctuary is Hall of Fame Shonen Jump arc, period. Because it's just so diverse, and the progression of things, the diversion, like or the diverse nature of it, the different things that we had to do, and the ending, like it, all of it's gas packed, bro.
Mm-hmm.
All of it from top to bottom, so fucking fantastic. I just, we could keep it at that. Sanctuary just so god tier, bro. Like we start with a tournament arc. They in a fucking like an octagonal ring, and the ropes are chains. Like, dog, are you kidding me, bro? Like, son, the wrestling stand and me's going absolutely bananas. They literally fight in a fucking ring. They're like in fucking the fucking Ryogoku Budo Hall. I'm like, dang, hold on, we got the Supernova vacancy, fighting a ring, got a tournament. Then man, how many tropes that we see today got invented here? We got the tournament art. Then we got the tournament art gets interrupted by a enemy organization. Then we got to band together fight the enemy organization. Then we learn that that's not even the real, like, bro, son, this, oh Jesus, it's god tier, like absolutely god tier. Like this crawled so shit like fucking So Society could walk, dog. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Like this shit is just so fucking gassed.
That's a fact.
Okay. And going through the 12 like, and just when we finally get to the nitty gritty of what it's actually about, nigga, got the clock. We got Athena got the fucking arrow in her chest. When the clock strike 12, she gonna die. We gotta go through all the palaces before time run out. So like oh, Jesus, they just don't make them like this no more, dog. I don't know what to tell you. Yep. It's so gas. It's so fucking raw.
What's up, Nar? Oh, moment I see the word Saint Seiya, OG intro plays my head. Yeah, I feel that. I'll say this though. We're not gonna. I'm assuming we're not gonna count Asgard. I don't know how many I saw, so it's fine because it's an anime only arc. But Galaxian Wars, Sanctuary, Poseidon, Hades. I think there's kind of 4, I would say, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe off on that. Maybe the way that they organize it in the actual manga is just a 3. Maybe just Galaxian Wars, Sanctuary, and I don't know, but yeah. But you're right though.
That's a part of Sanctuary
Because I try. I don't try, but like I think I saw once in a Reddit somewhere on Reddit where they separated the Galaxian Wars from the tournament from the Black Knights part 2. But you don't have to do all that. But
that makes sense because honestly, like the arcs are just the same thing. Like the way I see it as Baki, the arc and Dragon Ball, the arcs are sagas because it's not just one thing that we're doing in these arcs, right? A lot of stuff happens in them. So they're kind of like sagas. So I actually don't blame what you was looking at if they separated it like that. But yeah, but the way it's officially broken up, yeah, just 3 arcs in the entire book.
Okay, so I'm looking at it right here, right? So Galaxian Wars, the Black Saints, the Silver Saints, and then a bunch of other shit. Sanctuary, Poseidon, yeah, so they kind of did it like that. But go ahead, Pat.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sanctuary as well because I just really appreciate the structure of the arc where you start with Seiya, you see that he's training from the beginning, and then when they get to the tournament after he fights with Shiryu, the tournament gets interrupted in the next round when the Black Saints pull up, and then Iki shows up, and this is like the classic rivals turn to friends to rivals fucking setup. And after that, we get like some backstory. We see that they're all brothers and stuff like that. They go to save Athena, and they're fighting. The first enemy that they come across is Taurus, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alba's
And they was just completely outmatched. But this the only thing that draws my ire is that they were so outmatched, and this thing is say again, no, what he do? He used the same attack again. And I'm just like, it didn't work the first time. Then he like, more, not yet. It's not finished yet. Let me draw upon the power of my Cosmo. Pegasus, Ryoseiken! It grazed his cheek a little bit. So it's like, hold on a second. It's a little bit stronger than before. I'm like, bro, what's going on?
Yeah, I remember his name, but I can't pronounce that. I'll butcher it. That's why I didn't try.
The Baron.
He's a Taurus Gold Saint. Grey Horn. Keep going, man. My fault.
I'm fucking. I like the way that when they're fighting in the sanctuary, they have like the time limit. You know, you can feel the sense of desperation as they're climbing up through the different I guess you would say like temples. Mm-hmm. And like towards the end they find out that man, my memory is really fuzzy right now. It was something with Athena where she wasn't really in danger at the end, right? There was a different enemy.
Which arc are you talking about? Sanctuary?
Sanctuary, yeah.
No, what is she in danger?
Because I know it was set up for the Poseidon arc afterwards.
Nah, she most definitely was still in danger, right? You probably mistaken it that Saga's two niggas and whatnot, because Saga had two different personalities, and
they remixed that shit for the other one, by the way.
They did.
Like in the continuation, I think I told you they it's the same concept for the Gemini Gold Saint, but they kind of remixed it a little bit, and I was like, I like it the first time better. But this one was cool, interesting because there was two literal Gemini twins born under the star or whatever, so that was kind of cool. Canon and Saga.
Yeah.
Galaxian Explosion go crazy, man.
Also, I want to say that the Black Knights, I would say that's very underrated. I thought they was really good. The only thing that I would say is, why the fuck do they look exactly like the Bronze Saints? This shit don't make no sense to me. Like, it being a dark version of the Bronze class makes sense to me. Mm-hmm. Why do they literally look like clones of everybody, just all black? Do not make sense to me. And nobody says anything about it. I'm like, bro, what's going on? They're different people.
It's one thing to have the cloth in black, but it's one thing that why the fuck do you look like me, nigga? Like, what is going on? You're not wrong. I forgot about that. Them like looking identical too. I'm like, this is stupid, but it's funny. But because they had like similar techniques, but remember with Seiya, they put like the little like thing on his skin, and if it spread it, he would like die. So like that was cool.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I'm like, there's at the end of the day, they're still different people, but they're just using dark versions of their move or whatever. Yeah, so why the fuck do they look like that? Like, there's no explanation for this. It's just so strange to me.
Do you think they just look like that the whole time, or like they put the cloth on and then they start then their appearance started to change?
I would love to think that
they look like them. They got similar moves. I'm just like, what's going on here? It's like they're fighting mirror images of themselves.
There's just no explanation. They're just, you got a doppelganger running around on fucking Death Island or whatever the fuck that place is called.
Are we all in agreement that the weakest arc is the Poseidon arc or no?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, the arc.
That shit is so weak.
I mean, I
don't dislike it. I just think it's comparatively the worst arc. Like,
of course, yes. Of course, there's going to be a weakest when you make a list, and I would say that Poseidon is it. But I actually still like it a lot.
Because one of the parts that I like with the arc a lot is when Ikki comes through, and the guy he couldn't use.
That's the best part.
He couldn't use. Well, it's always the best part, but he couldn't use anything against him, and he's like, bro, Esmeralda was low-key there the whole time. He realized too late. Like, maybe that would have worked. But it was kind of funny because I'm like, bro, Why would he fall for this? Why did you guys all fall for this? Like, but he came through. He was clean.
Like
I
the
liked it,
reason
but Hades was
also,
very unserious. I'm not Hades. Poseidon was kind of unserious to me. But go ahead.
Because here's the thing. The
He's
thing
strong,
about
though.
the Poseidon arc is that I really like the ending, and this is the first, it being the first direct encounter with one of the three gods, or just not only three, but three that we saw anyway. One of the Greek gods, and this is the arc that made me a believer of Athena. You got to bring up the panel. I'm posting the force.
Okay.
Once I seen this page, I was like, yeah, she's the one. I'm sorry, she's the fucking one. This shit was so gas. This shit is so fucking gas. I bend the knee. I said, dang, hold on. Bitch. Nah, this going crazy. Cause I like the way that the arcs start and then who Poseidon took over. I agree with Yeti, like this nigga seem unserious. But when we got up to him, nah, that nigga was not unserious. Boy, he said, yo, if you shoot that arrow, he said, if you shoot that arrow, look at her, son, look at her. She got the urn, seal this nigga back up, bro. So I'm like, nah, she the MVP. We came to rescue this bitch, and she the one who ended the arc. That shit was so gas. But anyways, he's sitting in the chair. He like, bro, listen, it doesn't matter that you wearing a gold cloth. If you shoot that arrow at me, I'm going to kill you. All I'm going to do is reverse it back to you, and it's going to kill you. Seiya's like, man, you a bitch. He shooting the fucking Sagittarius arrow. What happened? Reverse Uno card. Go straight through this nigga. I'm like, bro, they can't touch him. They can't even come close to him. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Dude, there's nothing we could do. We got the gold clock, and we still can't do nothing? Bro, that's how it was moving. The fact that none of the saints could even do nothing, and another god, Athena, had to be the one to get him out of here. That was like, yeah, nah. These guys different.
It definitely showed you the power of the gods, actually, and their cosmos being so extensive and immense. You're right. That's a good point.
Yeah, like they literally running up to him, and he's doing like fucking Pain's almighty push, and they just can't get, like, they cannot get within a specific vicinity around him, otherwise they're gonna go flying. This shit was so gas. Also, I absolutely adore the way the Marina's fucking claws look. I think they look absolutely fucking beautiful. But again, I actually like.
What about Hyogo's random friend? That wasn't moving me.
That wasn't fucking moving me. But speaking of that boy, let me tell you how all his fights go, right? So he come through, he like, yo, bitch, I'm from Serbia. It's cold over there. Whoever the fuck he from, I'm a cold-hearted killer. I don't give a fuck. I don't care who you are. I'll get you out of here to make my goals. Then what happened? He fighting somebody from his past. Now he folded. He like, oh my God, it's XYZ from my childhood. I thought you was dead. Then he get the flashback. He like, dang, that's my nigga I used to know. Fuck. Now he folded. He get washed, right? Then he remember Camus. He like, oh, but nah, Master Camus, he taught me the fucking Aurora execution. He get up, he do the Aurora execution, it worked. I'm like, bro, it's the same fucking thing like, you could argue that a lot of characters in this series have the same exact fight every single time, but this formula specifically is not wrong.
I think the part that I didn't think about was he's fighting someone that he always knows, because Kraken Isaac was, and then he fought his shit. Is that, oh god damn.
Every single time he fights somebody, he know that he fold. He try to use it. This freezing wind. See, he fucking cold. This shit feel like a spring breeze. He get waxed. Now he folded. He disappeared. Yo, somebody I used to know. That he remember Camus. Aurora execution. It worked. I'm like, at least in Seiya's case, he gotta do fucking Ryuseiken a bunch of times till it worked. He just, oh wait, Camus, how could I forget? Aurora execution, and he win. He's so annoying.
I really never thought about it that way, but he's not wrong. That's funny.
I greatly wish fucking Camus got more screen time. I mean, of course, as an Aquarius, I want to see my own fucking constellation, but what Camus did in Sanctuary was so gas. They was literally just running through. He just teleport right in front of Hyoga. He like, yeah, no, your night is over. Put that boy in a block of ice and he laughed. I'm like, oh my god, that was wrong. There was like at least like 5 palaces before they even got to the Aquarius Palace. He just pulled up and he was like, yeah, no, bye. He put that bitch in a block of ice and he laughed. I said, dang, that's crazy. Everybody, yo, where's Hyoga? That nigga dead. That nigga frozen.
So, quick side note. Mitsumasa, that boy was fucking. That nigga got kids.
Oh my god, bro.
Yo, he got like 100 kids plus. That nigga was spreading his seed for real. Oh my god.
Edouard, come outside.
Really, it's good Edouard. He's on the Genghis Khan gimmick, but yeah. I mean, we're. I mean, unless Pat, you have something to say about any of the arcs, because I know I didn't want to. I guess because he didn't finish the Hades, maybe not go straight into it. But anything else you want to say about that?
I mean, it was a long while ago, so I don't fully remember. I have to watch it again. But I saw the first Hades movie.
Because I like Thanatos and Hypnos a lot.
Absolutely,
I like that part.
They was I feel like he did a good job with their power too. Because the only reason Hades honestly would have been a better arc for me than Sanctuary if it didn't feel like rushed. I guess having 108 specters was just too much. We wasn't remotely going to see half of them. But like if it had the same like equal amount of structure to Sanctuary, I think I would have liked it more. Because now we finally all under the same banner. No more freaking tiddlywinks and tickle butt and oh, I don't like you, you don't like me type shit. Where you all fighting for the same thing.
They literally work for the same company.
Yeah, exactly. And the enemy pull up to our turf this time. Like it was so gas, right? But I felt like it was kind of rushed. But nah, that part when we finally got to freaking Hades' fucking little specific dimension. I forgot it had a name. But bro, that has to be one of the craziest ending to a volume and beginning of a chapter I've ever seen in my life, boy. They had to the Gold Saints sacrificed themselves to open the fucking gate. Right? To get to so they could get through the fucking dimension. They get to the dimension, but their class are broke. They pretty much naked. They're fighting against 2 demigod. They're not gods, but they close enough, right? They're like, yo, we can't do shit. The gold class come through. They put it on. What this nigga do? He come. Oh my god, bro. When I say I was losing my mind in the break room, son, like it was just brilliant. That is real cliffhanger shit. They get there, but at what cost? There you go. Thank you. The hyperdimension. Yeah, that shit. Bruh. First of all, hyperdimension is fucking gorgeous. Just
I love that shit.
Grassy field with flowers. Like yeah, it
I
was
like how
gas.
they get there too with that weird like grid dimension with the little that shit looks really fucking cool. Good.
They get there. They finally get to the finish line, but they can't finish. They don't got no class. They have no way to defend themselves. The gold class come through the I'm like, let's go. The gold class, the strongest on the fucking planet. Let's go. All of them fucking broken. I said, there's just no way. Like, bruh, that's it. Game over. We lost. Like, that shit was so gassed. That entire final stretch is so raw. Oh, man. See, that's I would actually say that all the arc endings are good, but that final stretch, man, that's some good fucking writing. Sean killed nobody's thing.
And then
shit.
he get the in his heart and it's over. Roll credits. I'm like, hey, yo, you in the wheelchair? Yo, what?
We don't even see that. Like, we don't even know they came back. Just he did the freaking Iraqi. You show their faces in the freaking sky credits. I'm like, wait, hold on, family with my friends.
That shit was insanity. But Okay, so we've been talking about the fighting and stuff, right? So
Ah,
I want to talk about some of the combat. We're talking about best moves, techniques, and moments. But I gotta say this because this is one of my favorite things about Saint Seiya that I think is hilarious. Well, two things. One is the line: "Once a saint sees a move once, it won't work a second time, but it will the
the
third."
biggest lie ever.
It's like, why did it work? It's like, I've seen your move already. You think, don't you know that a move never works twice on a real saint? I'm like, why do you guys say this all the time? You're all lying. Every single one of you lie when you say this shit. It's so fucking hilarious to me. But okay. One of my favorite things is, say I will fight someone who's stronger than him. He throw out the Pegasus meteor punch. Pegasus! You say can, and it's not just that it doesn't work. They completely stunt on him the first time. Like they'll do some shit, like they'll look at every individual punch, stop them with one finger, and like blow him away. And some part of his cloth will crack, and it's like, you're done. It doesn't work. Then he'll get up, and he'll do it again. This time, he might just dodge it normally. All right, interesting. Then to do it a third time. Hold on. He got hit by like 4 of those punches. I'm like, bro, he just spams this move until it works. It's the greatest thing I have ever seen in my fucking life. Cause he's like, I got this, I got rolling flash, and sometimes I got the arrow when the clock comes to me. Other than this, it's all I got, bro. I got these punches faster and faster and faster. Mach 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm
That's
like,
the
bro.
part that gets me. He got cooler moves than that. But he just insists on using this one move.
He got the Comet. He got Pegasus Meteor Punch and Pegasus Rolling Flash.
AKA fucking Kaneko Driver, but
Oh God, I love it. I don't know. It's so funny to me because I'm just like, because it's just the way they always gotta stunt on him the first time they use it. I'm just look at him like, bro, what? That was your punch? And like flick him, and their eyes close and look away. And part of his like helmet cracks. It's like, it's one thing if they just like dodge it the first time or like, that wasn't a bad attack. It's just like they stunt on him. You know how like when and like a thing like a Naruto when they throw a shuriken, and like, bro, and they'll like put the sword in between it and pick it up and fling it back. Like they stunt on it. Like, bro, why does this work? But anyways, I love it. But as for like fair techniques, you got Phoenix Side-Eye no Gihoyoku Tensho. You got the illusions. You got the Galaxian explosion. That's probably my favorite, especially visually. Just Big Bang theory, like that's a theory. Big Bang, like it just worked. Like it just looks so fucking cool. That move's awesome. I actually like I guess, is it Rising Dragon Fist? Is that how you say it in English? Rodan Shoryuha. That's funny. I actually don't know it in English. I just know how to say it in Japanese. I like that move. I actually don't mind Aurora Execution, but I still don't like Yoga. But that's a cool move. It's pretty. Like the urn that comes out and the Aurora Borealis comes in view. I won't take all the moves though. What do you got? What are some of your best? Oh, and Iki versus Shaka is probably my favorite fight. Ooh, Lightning Plasma's good. Sorry, I'm done.
Yeah, Aurora Execution is fucking fire. There's a burger had to fucking get it. Cause the way that it was described to you, man, talk about make a fist, and he put his open palm around the fist and make the shape of the urn. Then he lift his arms over his head and he slowly put it in front of him, like the urn turning. I'm like, bro, this shit is so gas. Look at my constellation going off. And then Camus has never showed a fucking again because that nigga sacrificed himself for a fucking burger. I guess that's just the fucking bane of my existence, you know. But that Galaxian explosion though. Son, I'm sorry. That shit is so gas. Like, nigga, Galaxian explosion? Like, dog, are you kidding me? Like, son, like this shit just blow up. It's just a nuke. And it's so gas. It's just a fucking nuke. And that shit is gas. And nobody could do shit. Like, this is so gas. It's so fucking gas.
Yep.
I actually do really like whatever. Does a fucking Dark Yusei can even have a specific name? Who fucking knows? But I actually do like his side effect. I thought his side effect was fucking raw.
Yeah.
I curses are raw. I do like normal Yusei Ken too. Man, listen, punch and raw. But he said talking about yo, Your punches barely even hit. Like the Gold Saints, they minimum Mach 5. Bitch, you barely hitting Mach 2. Seiya's like, man, what the fuck ever? I'm about to hit Mach 6.
FPS up. Increase my
Real
frame
say
rate real
can't
quick.
below the settings. Shit. I went from 15 frames to 120. Let's go. Not Ryusei Kanaro, especially when he draw the constellation before he do it. That shit is gas, man. I don't. But shout out the Nebula chain. Oh, I think Rolling Defense won one of the popularity polls for a favorite move.
Really?
I think it got at least top 5. Cause and rightfully so. Nebula Chain Raw, it has 3 different functions. That shit could go across dimensions. That shit auto attack, and it auto defense. Like, bro, go through dimensions and see through illusions. Forgot that part. Auto attack and auto defense. Like, that shit's just so.
The Andromeda cloth is powerful, in my opinion. I think it's a good plot.
It is absolutely freaking insane. Like this, like it has no business being a bronze cloth. Like, and the way that it's animated in the fucking TV show, he drop it and the shit just in a circular motion, like the fucking ocean, and it just infinitely expanding. And he's like, bro, if you come anywhere near this, you're done. I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to do this to you, but once I do this move, it has a mind of its own. That shit will kill you. Them niggas never want to fucking listen. The rolling defense is fucking raw too. Just make a cage around his body. Like, this shit is gas. Like, Nebula Chain is so raw. But then again, chain-based attacks just raw, period. Look at that boy Karapika. But Togashi sucks. We're not talking about him. Nebula Chain better. That being said, so shout out Nebula Chain. You know, I know he be crying, but he cry while he kill you. That shit fucking raw. I'm sorry.
Nah, I'm with you. I like that move too. Even though every time I can't say it, I was like, Nebula Chain. I have to say the way he does it, but I like him. I forgot to say Tenma Kofuku, by the way. It's a good one.
Also, I know you don't like him, but nah, dog. Aphrodite's ability is fucking insanity. Nigga, if I breathe, I lose? Son, what? See, nah, that is the fact. Nah, I'm sorry. Them getting past Aphrodite was a fucking ass pull. Bro, his entire palace is filled with his fucking roses. If you inhale once, you're done. What are you talking about? You fighting him without breathing, dog? Are you kidding me? He don't even have to listen. Bro, nigga, you breathe. You do. So if you walk, you gotta breathe. You know that, right? You want to punch, you gotta breathe. You know that, right? Like, bro. No, that power is too insane. I don't care what nobody says. Yeah, I'm a flower or whatever, but if you just inhale the scent, you're out of here.
All I'm saying is, I'm reforming the Pisces goal set. We're not throwing no more fucking flowers, bro. But Royal Demon Roses, fucking Bloody Rose. We're not doing that, okay? We get some 800 times more raw when I'm in that bitch, all right? So you see all these flowers? What? See, honestly, get rid of all the plants around me. Not like plants. I don't want to see this shit, all right? We reforming. I need some new techno to Wi-Fi at. I was sitting there and think of some raw ass attacks, bro. I'm not throwing no fucking roses. I refuse. He's not wrong though, because even the bloody rose are raw. The white one that goes into your heart.
Yeah, and it drains your blood. When it finally turns red, that it fully drains. Like bro, like that shit is like.
I just don't feel cool. Like I feel like tuxedo mask or something. Like I'm not doing that. I'm just not doing it. Sorry, I need Galaxian explosion.
I mean, so dropping a nuke on somebody's dome and just calling it a day is pretty raw. What is the Specter's name? He was like the judge of Hades. What's his name? Fuck, I forgot his name.
I could find out. I'll look it up. But
yeah, the nigga he
doesn't name anything. But yeah.
Oh, my fault. Yeah, now go ahead, Pat. My fault. I've been talking a while.
No, you good. The first fight, of course, I already told y'all was when Shiryu was fighting Seiya. That was when I realized that Shiryu was the fucking one, because he was just like, that attack won't work on me. He lied, but it really wasn't working at first, and he was beating the shit out of Seiya, and I was just enjoying this shit because I was just like, who is this nigga? Why is he beating on the MC like this? Like, why is the MC getting his ass handed to him? The fucking manga just started.
Shout
He
out
did all
China.
that training for nothing. Like, this is one of the few series where we start off where the main character is already training. Like, he didn't have to go through something traumatic first or get his ass handed and then he has to go back and redevelop his skills. No, he's been training from day one. They give him the fucking cloth. They're like, you're ready now. You can go fight in a tournament. He show up in the tournament, get through the first round, no problem. Second round, he already getting washed. I'm like, bro, what? But yeah, I'm just a Shiryu merchant, bro. I'm sorry. Like, the whole time that they was going through the Sanctuary arc, this nigga was putting on a fucking clinic. Like, when he fought the one of the Silver Saints was Algo, and that nigga had the Medusa fucking cloth, and none of them could fight him because if you looked at it, he was gonna turn to stone. This nigga fucking blinded himself and crushed this nigga's armor and killed him. I was like, bro. Like this nigga said, if I can't see, then I can't get my ass beat. Bro. I said, what?
Griffin,
So
Minos,
wrong.
Garuda, Aiacos, and the Wyvern Rider. Ramada Manamada Buddha.
Yeah, now he sucked. Oh, I'm gonna take you across the river. No, I'm gonna throw you in the river. Boy, if you don't get it, bozo.
For y'all in the chat, I'm not sorry, Pat. I'm not downplaying the move. I know it's broken. My point is, I'm a Pisces. I'm just not. I'll keep it in the back pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll have, nothing wrong with having an arsenal, but that is not the first thing I'm doing is throwing some fucking roses at you, bro. I don't know. Go ahead, Pat.
Hey man, Kurama goated. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey man, he is goated.
He does know nuclear physics. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Please stop.
I'm kidding.
But yeah, what you call it? I love all his moves. Fucking Rosan Shoryuha and fucking the horizontal version Rosan Hisho. Like, that shit just so fucking gas. And he do this shit without his cloth. Like, the nigga take this shit off and get stronger. I don't get it. That's just how it works. Whatchamacallit, I also like when he fought fucking Deathmask. That nigga Deathmask really just a bitch. Nigga fucking opened up the gates of hell, threw his fucking friend down there, tried to do the same thing to Shiryu. What happened? The nigga Cloth abandoned him. And then nigga Shiryu threw him in the pits of hell. I was like, let's go. Fuck that nigga.
For real though. It's just kind of funny to me. I'm like, you let him be a saint, gold saint. This guy's twisted his head.
Really, bro? Because I'm just like, bro, this nigga's personality is terrible.
You know, like a
why the fuck is
psychiatric.
he a saint?
Like, you don't test their like brains too. Like, this guy is not okay. But yeah,
it is what it is, though, I guess. And of course, Iki, he just that guy, bro.
Yep.
Like, the nigga pull up, shit get scary for niggas. Hoyoku
What is this cosmos full of hatred and anger? I'm like, oh, Sister Ross nigga ever. What about your favorite fights though? Favorite fights, 1-on-1s. That's not be a 1-on-1 necessarily, but favorite fights.
When Iki fought all them niggas,
Hey,
it was just struggling. Like, that shit was so funny to me. They said, let's all gang up on him. And he was like, bro, none of you can match my hatred.
I mean, he wasn't wrong, I guess. I still remember Shaka just being like, hey, calm down, bro. He just pull up. Hey, relax. And like, bro, why you won't remember any of this? That's crazy. Like, bro, what? But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Nah, I said the first one. I thought y'all was gonna follow up.
I said Iki and Shaka already. I actually do like Saga versus Seiya 2 and stuff at the end of Sanctuary. I like every Iki fight. I'm not gonna lie to you. Anytime you show up, I don't care. I don't care if he's fighting fodder, someone strong, bunch of people, bitch ass Silver Knights. I'm invested. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. I like the fight with Hypnos and Thanatos a lot, though. That's probably one of my favorite parts. Cause like Simi said, it just like, bro, you had so much going for you, and it wasn't until you guys were able to, 'cause I think the blood of Athena was on it or whatever, and then they got the gold, the god class, the bronze god class, and I was like it took all of that. Like Hypnos and Thanatos were a problem, bro. And weren't the Saints actually weaker in the underworld or in the dimension of Hades or something? Or was it just that they had a home field advantage? I mean, did I make that up? I might have made that up.
I don't think you made that up. I feel like the day was weaker.
I feel like maybe the cloth like negated it. I might be off. But anyways.
No, I think it was the blood of Athena that was protecting them.
Oh, you're right. That's what it was. So they were okay. But I think that was part of the reason the gold Saints weren't as useful, because their class, as powerful as they were, they didn't have Athena's blood in there. I don't know why she can just do that. I don't know if it works differently. Like the gold don't work the same, but yeah.
No, I'm like, that bitch not trying to bleed all over the place.
She like, we think I'm Zoro, unlimited blood. Favorite moments.
Shit, when using all of the fucking gold class to open up the fucking gate so you could get to the hyper dimension, that shit was so gas.
Okay.
Bro, we had to fight y'all niggas, and now as y'all fucking senpais, y'all older brothers, we gonna open the road so y'all could end this. They fucking all sacrificed themselves, all the gold class, and the shit was so, it made so much sense. The 12 constellations revolve around the sun. The only way to open this gate is with sunlight. There is zero sunlight in the underworld. I'm like, bro, this is genius writing. Like, it was shit. He just used a bunch of shit that he already put in there and just added it all together. I thought it was so fucking brilliant.
It was a good way, like a way that was like sensible, that made sense to have them sacrifice each other, that you couldn't rely on any of the Gold Saints too.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole time I'm like, bro, bring Shaka right now. It's over. if my hand, like, you bring Shaka here right now, you bro, eighth. You gotta unlock his eighth dimension, eighth sense. Like, he's nice. Stop playing with my mans. But what about you, Pat? Give me some of your favorite moments. It have to be your favorite, but give me some of your favorite moments.
When after the Sanctuary arc, when Shiryu was training, he learned his the secret technique from his master.
Okay.
I thought that was really dope. I can't even remember what it was. Fuck, it's been so long, bro.
I like anytime Iki pops up. Those are always the best. Those are always the best moments. But in all seriousness, I actually do like. I don't remember which one of the of Poseidon's henchmen it was, but I do like that moment when like you get that little bit of flashback at Esmeralda. Like, oh, we actually did like that bitch. I felt kind of sad for him. He's like, the hate. That part's so funny to me. Like, oh, it was a great one, but I'd be laughing because and it's like one of those things like, oh, you killed me. Like, finally, hatred. Like, I'm like, no, like if I kill you and you smile like that, like it'll make me angry, dog. And that's what it did. Like, he's like, yes, that's right. Yeah, hatred. I'm like,
nah, that shit was really bananas because first of all, he like 7. They on a fucking volcano. There's just lava and shit everywhere. It's hot. These niggas, like, they child abuse, all type of other crazy shit, right? Like, there's just no end in sight. They wasn't playing. This place is living up to its name. Then, the one thing that can save us as a gender, Biddy. The one lone Biddy on this place. His shine of light. What's getting him through the day. Like, yo, get this little bitch out of here. I'm like, bro, you can't have nothing. And on top of that, bro, this man got the scariest Oni mask ever.
He's big.
Talking
too.
about, hey, you big as fuck. Oh my god. I'm like, yo, this is actually fucking suffering. What the hell? Another uh, I mean, I already spoke about it earlier, but the ending to Poseidon's arc when Athena got the urn and sealed Poseidon back in that bitch. That shit is so gas. So I knew she was the one, though. But
Yeah.
now another Athena scene that I like a lot is canon backstory when he realized the only reason why he alive is so to begin with.
Mhm.
Cause they was like, yo,
Oh
you a
yes,
traitor?
yes.
They put him in the freaking prison right next to the water. So he gonna drown? Like, bro, what is that?
That's
You gotta
literally some like Greek type punishments though.
Yep.
Those Greek punishments be fucking like, oh, crow come and eat your insides every day and it regenerates. Bro, what did I do for this? I gave them fire? This is what happens to me? Are you fucking for real? But go ahead.
They have a prison at the freaking mouth of a mountain. It's on the fucking water. This shit, the waves hitting it every day. He gonna drown, like, bro. And the only thing, and Athena is like what, like 5, 6 at the time, and her cosmos is saving this nigga. Like, bro, are you? I'm like, bro, I'm sorry. I gotta put my justice hat on. You know me, I'm a hero. So, shit, whatever you want, my lady. Fuck, like nah. He was like, you telling me a 6-year-old saved my life? I'm like, yes, bitch, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's how it is, though.
He was low key kind of sick. He's like, then you see him in the cloth after, he's like, I've reformed. Honestly, that happened to me. I'd be like, all right, I kind of owe you my life. I'll take a
Yeah,
bullet in like the
Kind of like
shoulder.
my life.
But like,
Not
no,
the heart, though.
I honestly got a lot of respect for it because beginning, yeah, she
Bratty and annoying.
fucking super annoying. Or Joe Sama, but without the swag, ordering them around, all type of shit. But then once they did the freaking Russo swerve, and it's like, nah, listen, man, this all of our fucking fate, nigga. I'm a reincarnation. She always on every arc start. That bitch is the one going there first. I'm like, yeah, no. She's the one. I'm sorry. She did like, bro, if you want to get my nights out, you gotta get me out here. Type shit. She's always on the scene first. She do not hesitate with it. I'm like, yeah. That's a W for purple hair. I'm sorry. This shit is real. But not them bro. She had that urn, bro. Do you see that panel,
Yo,
dog? Oh my god.
Yo, you really love that.
Nah. That shit is just gorgeous. Poseidon, like, yeah, you can't. You're not supposed to choose a side. Yeah. And he gets up to that bitch. I'm like, yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Bitch ass nigga. Okay. So, Iki versus Seiya. Who y'all got in the fight?
Shit. I mean, because regardless, that nigga gonna keep reviving. Seiya might get tired, dog. I don't know. It might become a war of attrition at that point.
He keep reviving. He just keep getting up and spamming. Pegasus Meteor Punch. Now this is a question that I had maybe a year ago with my friend because he was like, because we're talking about like, cause he was the first one to really like open my eyes that I guess Shun was potentially one of the stronger ones just because because he doesn't like to fight and because of his mentality he's the weakest. But we're talking about Iki and him and stuff like that, and like I was always saying that I think that Seiya ends up like when he's burning his cosmos and trying to ask for a miracle, he raises his to the highest, but on a kind of natural baser level I think Iki's got him beat. So it just depends on how you see it kind of playing out. But I could see it going both ways. I think if they fought 10 times at most, it'd be like a 6-4 split. I don't think it'd be anything crazy like 8-2. But if you have any, you don't have to go into this if you don't want to. But if you don't have it, but
No, we could go into it because I feel like if I treated like Seiya per art, I think Iki would have beat him in the Sanctuary art, no matter or saga, whatever you want to call it, in every part of the art. So the beginning, Galaxian War, he would have beat him. In Dark Knights, he would have beat him. Silver Knights, he would have beat him. And then finally, actual Sanctuary, I still think he would have beat him.
mm-hmm.
Still think he would have beat him because Seiya, at that point, Seiya really, he didn't have that next level fully in tune yet.
Mm-hmm.
By Hades, he does. but he's very unstable. He's doing shit, and it's only successful because of his emotions. He can't bring it out like that, right? And I do agree that
It's gotta
base
be under
Icky
the
is strong.
under the right circumstances. He can fight at his
Yeah,
best. Okay.
yeah, he can't bring it out like that. And I agree with you that base Icky is stronger than base Seiya. I just think that the Phoenix cloth is just a stronger cloth than the Pegasus cloth in general. I actually think the Pegasus cloth is ridiculously weak. I actually think it might be the weakest out of them because the rest at least have some type of gimmick
How about to
to it.
say?
Like,
Yeah.
I agree
yeah,
with that.
Shiryu
Because
got
everything that Seiya did, it was what we saw him learn from his training at the start. The cloth was just to remember when they gave him the cloth, they said it was just to protect you.
Yep.
Because thing has the unbreakable shield and sword kind of thing, and when they hit each other, whatever. I kind of can't remember Hyogo's own, but he got a shield on his thing too. But I think what the ice and how it was, it compressed it, so it's supposed to be like super strong and sturdy, whatever. And then the Andromeda chains have like they can auto attack and auto defense. Like it seems like you put it on. Like what do? I still gotta punch niggas like myself.
Yeah, exactly. Like it doesn't. It's not giving him anything. Like it's not. Like it didn't give him extra speed or nothing. Like all of that is his own cosmos. It's literally just protection. It's literally just armor in the most basic of sense, right? So I think that the Pegasus cloth is the weakest out of them. So already on off rip, Icky's at an advantage. Right now during the fuck the Poseidon art, not Poseidon art, I think it could go either way depending on just a X variable, just so the fucking integer, because I believe that's when they got the blood of Athena on there, so it had the bronze cloth now had a gold shine to it, right? But at that point, Icky was still dead, right? So his cloth, I believe his cloth didn't get that. Please correct me if I'm making this up. So if
I want to say he got it after the fact or later. I don't know if you're still in the chat, Shinfree, because he's been low key keeping us on the straight and narrow when we go after it. But I'll look it up. We'll keep going.
Yeah, because I think he didn't get it yet. I know he gets it later, but I don't think he got it yet because he was still dead because freaking Shaka freaking disintegrated his ass.
Yeah.
Right. So I would say Seiya has the advantage there because now he has a bronze cloth with the blood of a god on it, right? That's why. And then, why is it shining? Why when it shines in the light, it looks gold, but it's just a bronze cloth type shit.
Yeah.
So I think Seiya would have the advantage there. And then finally in the Hades arc, I think they would be able to fight more on even footing, especially when both of them get the god cloth. So honestly, go down just to the integer. I don't necessarily think either is like dominantly stronger than the other. It's more so just where they're fighting, how they're fighting, what time period of the series are they fighting, and whatnot. That's an experiment you gotta run numerous times, like 10, 20 times and shit.
I don't mind you doing it that way because that's how sometimes you have to do it. You have to take them by arc or by moment and being like, okay, he went here, here's a tie, here, this person has the advantage. I'm not mad at that, but what do you think, Pat?
I think it also depends on the situation. Like, if Icky is trying to protect Shun because Seiya fell off the wayside or whatever the fuck, that nigga's not losing. Anytime he comes to save Shun, he's not losing. Like, it's just not happening. But in a normal setting, I probably would have to give it to Seiya because he's just so goddamn annoying. Like, the nigga will just keep using Pegasus Ryuseiken over and over and over again, and eventually it's going to work. Because that first time when Icky fought the rest of the Bronze Knights solo, he completely outclassed them. But who was the only one that was able to stand up to him? Seiya. And what he kept doing? Ryuseiken, my Cosmo, it must burn. It must burn even brighter. I'm like, bruh. Like, this is how this thing gonna win? Like, what is this?
That's fucking funny.
So yeah, it depends on the situation, the scenario. But if you ask me who I think is the real Stone Cold hitter who I trust more is Ikki.
I think my answer is similar to your like I'm gonna put my money on Ikki more often than not. I remember there's a couple of lines that I have that I can remember that kind of make me like think that. But here's what I'll say. I just think that Ikki can draw out more of his power naturally. I think he gets extra motivated when he has to protect his brother and whatnot. But he just has this. But like it's kind of like certain characters. If it's like when they're elevated on a grassy field, they got +5 speed and blah blah. Like I feel like Seiya has all those type of situational things that like Athena's in danger or he's praying for a miracle and all those scenarios that make him burn his cosmos to the absolute mask. Hold on. Ikki's cloth was not covered in the gold Saint Blood and Sanctuary arc, only Athena's in the Hades arc. I know. We were trying to remember how it happened. If you remember, like when did he get the blood? When did she put the blood on it? Basically, I can't remember how it happened. I'm trying to think.
I'm pretty sure he said it only happened in the Hades arc. So,
but did we see it on screen though? Like, did he just come back and it was like, like off screen she gave me the blood or whatever? Like I don't.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was trying to remember. If we legitimately saw it. But
regardless, I was right. Yeah, he didn't get they got it before him. So by Poseidon, Seiya is Seiya at least has a better footing than in Sanctuary.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So yes. Okay. All right. But you know me, I'm gonna put my money on Ikki just because that's my guy, betting man. But it wouldn't be one of those things where it's like he lost, like Seiya like won. And I'm like, what? Like I wouldn't be shocked. it wouldn't. I wouldn't be blown.
I would roll my eyes.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah. But he's just, he's so fucking raw, man. He's not allowed to lose. That's probably why I hate next to lost matches so much. I'm like, nah. I'm not used to this. I don't want that. Give me back my Ikki. So, okay, we're mostly in the same place. But I like the method you use, Simi. That made sense to me to kind of take them by arc or by whatever. Because definitely, if he doesn't have that Athena's blood, he's getting mollywopped. He's not ready.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's not ready.
Yeah, I would easily argue that Seiya is the weakest out of all of them. Ikki being the strongest, I would say Shonen second strongest.
Mm-hmm.
And then third being a tie between Hyoga and Shiryu because they both can hold their weight and just fucking Hyoga's a fucking burger and he always folded. Fighting somebody from his past.
But I do think that he's natural. He is the oldest, so I think that's part of the reason why he's kind of like naturally the strongest, because that's kind of what they do sometimes. They do like a seniority thing. But I remember when he was fighting Thanatos, the god of death, he said that you're more capable than the rest of the Bronze Saints.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's high praise from like a god, So.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, there's no arguing that.
Yep. I think part of it too is he just has the right mentality. It's to hate. But okay, so ranking the main Bronze Saints, the main 5, from least favorite to favorite. How would you guys do it? So which one's your least favorite up to favorite? Want me to go first?
Yeah, we all got the same answer, anyways.
Well, you think? Well,
at least my least favorite.
Oh well, Hyoga for me.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You hate to see it.
Yeah, Hyoga's my least favorite. This probably Shiryu. I'm sorry. I do like Shun a bit more, but I still think I have to say a third though. Probably would go with the brothers first, the full brothers. Sorry, because they all have brothers, but I think I would go. Yeah, so Ikki my favorite. I don't know, man. I like Shun, bro. I'm sorry. I don't. He don't bother me like that. You just don't. Then Seiya, but I'll say Seiya and Shun. And even they ask me, I might flip them, but I definitely have Shiryu and Hyoga at the bottom.
Wow,
Hyoga at the bottom for sure. So I don't even dislike Shiryu because I'm with you, man. He just be like, oh, man, take the cloth off, nigga, and fade me.
Fight me like a man.
But you're always blind. So So you said
He
Shun,
did it to
Shiryu,
protect his
Seiya, Ikki,
niggas.
Hyuga? Okay. I don't know,
Yeah.
man. You need the hatred.
Hyoga would be the bottom for me. Then probably, dang, because that's the thing. Like their fights and then how they act. So yeah, I would say, damn, that even still, dang, because it's really a tie up.
Like
It could flip between.
I think Shun and Seiya, I think I like them pretty much equally for different reasons. So they're interchangeable for me. But I'll put Shun
Damn.
second.
Second to last, it's a change up. So I could either flip it between either Shun or Shiryu. It's not because I dislike them. I actually like their fights a lot. It's just how they act. In Shiryu's case, it's unnecessary. He don't gotta make himself blind every fucking fight, and he don't gotta strip every fight. He actually doesn't have to do that. The only time he had to do that was when I believe he was fighting the mariner. He was like the low nigga with the lance.
Yeah, he was fighting Perseus Algo, the nigga with the fucking Medusa cloth.
Oh, that's true.
Because the nigga was turning them into stone, so he had to blind himself so they wouldn't get turned to stone.
No, I'm talking about taking off his cloth, not blinding himself.
Oh, the cloth. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, he don't have to do it. He just does it.
I think the only time he had to do that was when he was fighting in the Poseidon arc, because he was like, he's relying on it and he's not using his cosmos in tandem with it. So to be an extreme, to only rely on his cosmos, so if he slip up once, he's out here. So to burn his cosmos to the max at that point. But yeah, I feel like it's just unnecessary with him. And then with Shun, I like Shun's fights. And again, he got bodies. I don't need that freaking, yo, I ain't trying to fight, dude. Nah, nigga. You a knight. What knights do? You gotta fight. What type of knight don't fight?
Where is your rage?
Where's your pride? So it's a toss up, but I guess for argument's sake, I'll probably say Hyuga, then Shun, then Shiryu, then Ikki, then finally Seiya.
Okay.
Hey man, let me tell you something. The anime design for the Bronze Cloth, the original, before it got remade, before the powered up version, that helmet goes so gas. The red outlining goes so gas.
So like actual like horse-ish helmet, yeah. Because remember he has like the more like I don't know what you'd call it, but it's not like it's like a headpiece thing, more like a helmet, I guess.
Yeah, it's a headpiece.
I don't know why a headpiece. I don't know why the anime altered the cloths,
but they altered it for the better. Because in the manga, it's just a headpiece.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then in the anime, they gave them actual helmets. Right, so I absolutely adore it, but Toei always does that with Shonen Jump anime. They always just change the designs for whatever reson. But actually,
you want to just change the color of this? What's the reason? Let's just change the color. But is your color change?
I actually prefer their changes for both Seiya and Kinnikuman. So
Toei sales, that actually makes sense to me.
But yeah, the anime design for the original Pegasus design. So before it got updated when it was rebuilt, and it got the longer shoulder pads and it had the breastplate and not just a shoulder plate. The original design, man, that helmet goes so cold, and the red outlining, like that shit is so fucking gas. Plus, man, it's so funny too because this was literally said. I'm doing what Screw Attack does, but. Nah, I'm sorry. That PS3 game, I forgot what it was called. The fighting game one, not the Musa one. Oh, that speech he gave against fucking Hades. When Hades said, because Hades' line is still the same, and he was like, gods are meant to be revered, not respected. Yeah, humans are supposed to be afraid of the gods, and then Seiya was like, what type of god doesn't respect the people who don't put him up on the altar, and how all his brothers who got him up to this point, he can't he can't fail for their sake. That shit is so gas. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think it's Brave Soldier. I think it is. I've played all. I honestly played all of them. I just never remember what the names are. I have to look at them. But yeah, I think so. Because sometimes those games be honestly adding. I have like speeches that I like a lot more. Because I'll never forget. I said this before in another one, but another Revision history. But I like the way they did the Frieza blowing up Krillin part in Burst Limit.
Limit. Yeah.
He's like,
That's
I'll
the best
tear you
version
apart
of any Dragon Ball Z game.
Just
Easy.
like that Earthling. He's like, just like that Earthling? Yo, Goku's face tilted. He had the neck tilt too a little bit.
Yeah.
Yo, that Earthling's name was Krillin! I was like, oh shit, you mad. But yeah.
Yeah, that's
like me and Pat. Oh, sorry. Me and Pat was complaining about what did he say? It's over, Frieza, or what does he say? What do they? How did they say it in the English version? But I think he really says like, now I'm truly angry. Like I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Like
he says it's over in the manga when they translate
that don't hit
it.
the
But I'm
same.
like, bro,
That don't hit the same.
he's saying he's fucking mad. And if you know Goku, he does not get mad.
Not like that. It's very rare. Like, okay, Krillin died. I'm pissed. Yo, where the fuck is it Tambourine? Where his name was? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like he gets mad really rarely like that. Like really, truly, truly angry. Angry.
Nigga was fucking screaming. His veins was bulging out of his fucking neck. Like, I had never seen Goku like that before.
This is
It
not
was
a Dragon
scary.
Ball stream, by the way.
Nah, he was really turned up.
But yeah, nah, Seiya speeches is so gas. That I love me a good hero of justice ass speech. That shit, I'm not talking about more ideology speech either. No, I'm talking about all the innocent people's hopes and dreams are on my shoulders. I have no choice but to win. Losing is not an option type shit. That's what I mean. Speeches like that, not no, oh, well, you know, I could have been you if the circumstances were different. So you got it. No. I'm not talking about bullshit like that.
No, I'm with you because it could be hit or miss for me. I definitely have to give Simi credit for reinstalling the heroism back in me. Where I'm like, what? Where did I go off the path to darkness like that? But even Superman, when he has speeches like that, I always really, really love them. Where he's just kind of like, even some of the ones that are not necessarily about justice are just kind of raw. But he's just like, you know where I'm going, Pat, with Unlimited. Man, that nigga said, I feel like I'm in a world filled of cardboard.
Wow.
I feel like basically saying he has to be very careful. You know, he can't hurt he can't break anything. But he goes, but you can take it, can't you? What we have here is a rare opportunity for me to cut loose. I said, nigga, don't do that.
It was over for that nigga after that.
Don't do that. Don't. And Superman's one of those people like Goku. Just don't like. He might be like, no. I don't know how I want to say this, but like, you know, when a hero is obviously motivated and there's rage in them, but they're not angry. Superman's one of those people you don't want to piss off. Like, if he is pissed off, man, never get against the elite. He's like, what happened to my powers? Blah, blah. He's like, heat vision, a microscopic level. You couldn't even see it. Instant lobotomy. I'm like, you. Oh. Don't piss that nigga off, bro. But Seiya too, yeah. Well, Seiya has good speeches. I don't mind them. Because it's not always like my friendship like Natsu. But Natsu has one speech that I like that I've always submitted. He has one French speech that I like. Toma, he's shooting like 46% from the field for me.
Yo, you living your life wrong. Oh god. Sorry.
But shout out to Toma though. That's my guy. But yeah, okay.
Yes. Pat didn't get his list.
Okay.
Yeah, my list. So, I don't know what y'all niggas been talking about, but
Uh-oh.
Shun is definitely at the bottom. I think it's definitely at the bottom.
Wow.
And
I know Pat.
Simi
That makes Pat. I know Pat, so that makes complete sense to me. That's not an archetype of character that he's a fan of.
Simi also lied. The best chain user is Kurapika. I don't know why he's talking about Shun.
This is not Togashi's. This is not Togashi's stream.
First time not hitting, dog.
Nah,
I need Nebula chain.
No. Yeah,
Wow.
the nigga. I don't enjoy a single one of his fights.
Wow.
You always need to get rescued,
Man, you need
and
to
the
read
nigga
this
always
shit, bro.
crying. Like, bruh.
Bro, his chance
Nah,
can
man.
cross
He not the one. of all the Bronze Saints, he not the one, bro. He just not.
Nah, whatever.
That after that is Hyoga. Because it's like I wanna like him. I really do. I love ice users. So I seen him, I was like, okay, he kinda cool. You know? He kind of handsome. He got a nice little move set. His cloth look cool. But he not serious.
What happened
that's
every
the best
time
way
he?
to keep it.
Okay, but listen to this. What happened every time he fight? This is supposed to be frozen air. This child's play some big, just be like spring breeze. He's supposed to be an ice user. He don't freeze nobody. Crazy.
Yeah. Like
He
he's
get frozen
so
though.
unserious. He don't train, bruh. I be looking at him like, bro, what are you doing? He just like, mother. I'm like, bruh. Again?
Mama.
Yeah.
I can't
Then-
with Yoga. I just can't. I'm sorry. I want to
After
like
him-
him. That's why it's fucking frustrating. Because he shouldn't be like this. Go ahead, though.
After him, I guess I'd give it to that Burger Seiya.
Yo,
You know. And they could be burning his cosmos. I roll my
Yo.
eyes, but I'm like, okay, it was a little raw. It was like, okay, he got the job done. I can't hate all the way.
I feel that.
And then his other moves, like that's what I'm saying. His other moves, Pegasus, Sui Seiken. I'm like, bro, why don't you use this more often? This one actually hits people.
Need
Man,
more,
listen.
More punches. More.
punches. Not one punch,
You need-
more
This
punch.
guy wants one strong punch. Nah, I need 1,000 ones that are not as strong as the one punch.
Nah, bro, that ratio crazy. He throwing 100 punches, land like 3 of them. But when he used the other fist, he land that shit every time. I'm like, bruh, you don't see a pattern here?
Don't matter. More punch better.
Oh, that's so fucking funny.
I mean, he get the job done and whatnot, and he not a dislike character to me. Like, he don't do nothing that pissed me off, so he just annoyed me a little bit with his fighting style, that's all.
Mm.
Then after that, of course, gotta give it to Iki. Like what do you mean? Like, do I have to say anything more? His hatred. I have to say anything more than that? You're Phoenix. Phoenix is goated. I challenge everybody in the chat to show me one iteration of a Phoenix that wasn't raw. You
Yeah,
can't find
he-
it. It's impossible.
He's not lying because freaking Super Phoenix is one of my favorite antagonists ever. That is where my PSN name came from. Shout out Yude Tamago. And that nigga was crazy. He said, yo,
It's the coolest
Yeah.
mythical animal, in my opinion.
hey, yeah, Phoenix-based characters are raw. Yo, that boy Super Phoenix said, yo, listen, I know we fighting.
Wait.
Oh.
Nigga in the chat called Kurapika a Sasuke wannabe? Wait a second.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
This is not Naruto stream. This is not Naruto stream. You will not go there. I will derail you.
Shin Freak, you should thank Simi right now.
Let him rock. He's been helping us remember shit. Please don't go for it. Don't go. Phoenix right is raw too. Shit. Phoenix is out, bro. I'm telling you, it's the wave. Marco the Phoenix, come on, dog. That nigga nice too.
Arco 9, Super Phoenix 9. Like, bro, nigga is just Super Phoenix. Like, come on, dog. And Monster
Phoenix,
Avenger.
The
Monster
the Phoenix
Avenger is the
Master
cool-
Roshi had wasn't raw. He died from starvation.
We never saw that Phoenix, so it don't count. If you could show me a picture of it, then I'll take it into consideration.
I totally forgot about that shit. Hold on. But yeah, phoenixes are cool, dude. Dragons are cool too, but sometimes I've seen dragons miss completely though.
Now because people use them so damn much.
I think that makes sense to me.
Dragons be missing,
No, like
but Shiryu, he don't miss. He go. He raw.
I walked into that one. I walked into that one. Okay. What do you guys think some of Masami Kurumada's greatest strengths are?
It's easy. Me.
Go ahead.
Art.
Yeah.
So one of
Absolutely.
the reason. So there's I was reading the interview, one of the interviews on the extra pages of the volumes. He was saying like the origin of how Saint Seiya came to be. He said he initially wanted to make a boys fashion fighting manga, right? And it was originally going to be they're going to have different type of uniforms, but he couldn't make that idea work.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when then he moved to Greek mythology and came up with the class. And that makes so much fucking sense. Because as I said, there's not a single cloth that looks bad. And especially on the end of each volume when you get like the sheet.
Yes. And you see how they've evolved with each iteration, if they broke and were repaired. Yep.
Like it's like mecha level of detail. It's absolutely insane. And the fact that he has a box version, so when it's in the shape of what constellation it is,
mm-hmm.
and then when they're wearing it, it's two completely different things. Like, bro, it's insanity. Like, it's so unique. It's the coolest fucking thing ever, dog. Like, you tell me this shit is literally shaped like a fucking Pegasus, and then each body part of the Pegasus is an armor piece on my body. Like, bro, that is so godly. And then the Mariners and the Specter, bruh. Oh my god. I'm talking about detail. How the fuck he draw this shit?
And I know most people will look at it and be like, 70s, 80s, don't look good to me. Nah, man, whatever, bro.
Nah, get the fuck out of here. That shit is absolutely fucking gorgeous. Like, the fact that he was drawing that in the 80s on top, like, bro, are you kidding me? Get the fuck on my face. This shit is gorgeous, dog.
I want to piggyback on Simi's point with the art. I always appreciate mangaka that do something that goes against the grain or the norm of the time period, because they're literally visionaries. Saint Seiya and Dragon Ball are the two manga from that time period that literally did not rely on drawing overly burly characters. And I just love the designs. Like, they're actually kids and they look like it. At the start, anyway. Later on in the series, they started to look a little bit more like grown men, even though they're like 15, 16 years old. But
13 to 50 for like the main cast. Some of the other characters, like some of the knights and stuff, are like a lot older. I think.
Wait, I thought Ikki was 17.
No, I think Ikki was 15.
Maybe
I wouldn't be shocked if the show version aged him up a little bit.
Oh. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he's 15.
You're posting it in Discord? Okay.
But I mean, the point still stands. Like, they're not, super ripped, jacked, what's the word I want to use? Chads walking around like they own the place. They slender. They look cool with their uniforms and shit. Like, the design variants for main characters back then wasn't really broad. Like, they were all rocking the same type of fucking no sleeve look with the fucking shoulder pads and shit like that, but theirs is like shiny, glossy. Like, I really appreciate it. It looks nice.
Yeah, he's 15. Ikki is 15.
I think the anime aged them up.
Okay. Yeah, anime probably aged him up.
They do that sometimes, especially for like if they're North American audiences or whatever. But no, I think that's all well said. I kind of like. I think artwork is probably the best thing he does for sure. But another strength I think he has, though, I want like, I don't know, like he's really good at this. I just think that the attacks that he comes up with, and trying to keep a lot of it, I would argue, related to a little bit of mythos related to Greek mythology and stuff is really cool. There's a lot of little tidbits there that I kind of caught. I can't remember them off the top of my head, but I like Saint Seiya's attacks in general. Like most people have at least one attack that I think is pretty cool, and not all of them are like, you know, meant to just damage you. Some of them are mind. Some of them are like soul shit. Some of them are like, yo, I just throw you literally a move called Other Dimension. Where do you go? I don't fucking know. Look at that. You another dimension. Like, bro, this shit. Yo, Shaka has some crazy ass like Buddha. I'm sorry, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I don't know that shit. I'm not religious at all in any capacity, but like I know it's related to all that. Like it's really cool. So like I really like a lot of the moves. They're dope. And especially some of them like I think Thing was saying I could attack you from like light years. Light years? Do you know how fast an attack has to be for it to travel light years? Like, bro, stop playing with them. I think it was Thanatos or Hypnos or something like that across the dimension of like light years. I'm like, bro, it's crazy. I do know there's a lot of crazier feats in Saint Seiya if you go into the comic books when you start looking at like Zeus and Kronos and blah blah blah. But I'm not like into Saint Seiya that much to go that deep into it. Unfortunately, I kind of like the main stuff. That don't be moving me to that degree. But Sage has tried. He's tried. But I'm like, man, this is too much. It's too much for me. You know how I am. It's like, oh, like Gunbuster, you should try Die Buster. Why? Original out. I'm good. You know, like, I'm good. Like Bubblegum Crisis 2040. Yeah, I'm gonna watch Bubblegum Crisis from the 80s and Crash and keep it pushing.
At least in Bubblegum's case, the further you get from the original OVA series, the worse it gets. Like, it literally just gets worse with age. The closer you get to the modern era, it just gets worse and worse. Like, 80 Police Files, the OVA, is the last good thing in the Bubblegum saga. Everything after that is fucking ass. Bro, and I'm watching all of it in order. And I'm literally just seeing the quality deteriorate with each iteration. Man, let me tell you something. 80 Police, the TV show, yo, that shit ass, boy.
It wasn't moving me because I know a lot of that stuff's all connected. It's the same universe, but I really kind of mostly just like Bubblegum Crisis.
I mean, but thing is, after that, the rest is just a retelling of Crisis. 2040, and then what's the other one after? I still got it on my freaking my hard drive, but they're just retellings, reimaginings of the original run, just not as good with worse modern animation. But anyways, we're getting sidetracked.
I got you, yeah. But wait, what was the question around? Oh, best strengths and stuff. Okay, what about weaknesses? You think he's got a very obvious
weaknesses?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll go first since I'm not as high on the series as you guys. The structures of the fights, and when I say structures, it covers a wide range of complaints that I have. For one, some of the fights are predictable. I don't like that. Like, I could just tell by some of the matchups sometimes who's going to win. I think there was only one time where I was genuinely shocked at the outcome. But, like, they follow the same formula a lot. And not only that, the actual, like, sequences in the fights.
Choreography.
Yes. I don't want to be that guy like, oh, my fuck choreography, but
yeah, choreography.
I like the impact panels of the techniques when they're used, but I'm not seeing enough like combinations, fucking mix-ups, like, you know what I'm saying?
Pretty much what Pat is trying to say is he don't draw like. He only draw finishing moves. He don't draw the in between. He don't draw punches and kicks, which I agree with.
Okay.
And not only does he only draw finishing moves, but a lot of the times he doesn't really draw the finishing move connecting. He draws it being done, and then all you see is the person who's receiving
the like
it
aftermath of it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. On the stream yesterday, like, impact is one of the things that I love in a fight. Like, I want to see somebody get rocked, and Like I want to see that and feel it. And I was like, oh damn, he punched the shit out of him. Like that's one of the things about One Piece I like. When Luffy punches somebody, I can almost feel it. Like I'm just like, damn, he rocked him. But yeah, Saint Seiya don't got that, man. And I think it's a waste because, as we said earlier, he's such a good artist. So I feel like he could do it if he put his mind to it. That's why I decided to watch the Hades arc instead of reading it, because I felt like that would probably show me something that it was lacking.
No, the anime really does a lot of good stuff
Yeah, it
for the
does.
series.
It does. It does.
No, I
it's
have
all
to
around,
read.
so I'll come
You
back.
ever have a series where like because you read it and watched it, you kind of not separate it, but you pick and choose which memories manga, which memories anime.
Yeah,
I do that with Saint Seiya. You guys can vote for Inuyasha Revisionist history. I'll be making a poll next month. June's the 6th month. Yeah, so next month, right? So yeah.
Damn, I ain't watched Inuyasha since I was fucking in middle school.
And I promise you, I am revisiting it. I'm going off my faulty memory. If it gets picked, we're going off my faulty memory. I got my girlfriend. She'll tell me. She'll help me out.
The Band of Seven arc was nice, but other than that,
yeah,
it's not really much to speak about when it comes to Inuyasha.
What do you think, though, Simi? Weakness?
Yeah, I absolutely agree with the fight choreography and whatnot. Like the creativity is there, but we want to see the in betweens, the finishing moves or whatnot. We want to see punches being dodged or blocked or countered. We want to see grapples. We want to see kicks. We want to see knees, all type of other stuff, right?
You know what it's like? It's like you're fucking going to a restaurant, right? Like you going to Fogo de Chao. They give you the whole entree plate. They give you goat meat and steak with potatoes and some greens. And you ready to chow down. And then next thing you know, this nigga Diavolo walk in the restaurant, King Crimson. Then next thing you know, you already finished your food. You're just like, but I didn't get to enjoy it.
That was good. That made a lot of sense to me. Well said. That was good. He's out here. We'll continue, Simi.
I would say that that predictability also, or just not predictability, but what's the fucking word I'm looking for? Formula. There you go. Like every fight doesn't have to follow the same exact formula, right? Every person Hyoga fight don't need to be from his past. Right? Shun doesn't need to get saved by Ikki like his final fight in the arc. Right? So it's like Ikki doesn't have to die his final fight in every arc. Right? So it's funny to poke fun at, but it is like, you don't have to do this because we literally see you do different. Right? A lot of Seiya's fights don't go the same way. Or at least they might end the same way, but the way that they begin in the middle aren't the same.
Yes.
With other characters, they follow the exact same formula to the T every single time. So that is like, why are you doing that, brother? Well, you see you doing different, especially with arc endings where they're 1v3s, 1v2s, and whatnot, and all type of other stuff. All right, so he don't need to do that either. And I will say, I guess time constraint, not time constraint, but following the restraints within his schedule, because I do sincerely believe that the Hades arc feels ridiculously rushed, especially when you compare it to Sanctuary. Sanctuary felt so natural in its progression. And you get to Hades, 108 specters, and we see like 8 of them probably. Before we get to the fucking hyperdimension, right?
Realistic though for us to fight all of them. I thought at some point someone was gonna take on a bunch.
Yeah, like something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I feel like if he put an equal, if both the Poseidon and Hades arc was as long as the Sanctuary, I feel like they'll be better. But I feel like both those arcs feel kind of rushed in comparison to the very first arc that we got. I don't know if he's able to correct that with Lost Next Dimension, whatever it's called. Same thing with the fight choreography, but I do feel like the other two arcs, especially Hades, feels rushed. I would love to see it more fleshed out. And when I know Seiya was a monthly series back then, but even still,
Yeah, and chapters be long as hell.
yep, long as fuck, boy.
For me, I'm trying to decide if I think he's a bad writer or a bad storyteller. I haven't put my finger. I haven't completely. It's one of the two. I don't think he's doing both.
I wouldn't say bad, but I would say mediocre.
That makes sense. But I do have to do a lot of suspension of belief to just kind of enjoy myself. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just gotta be like, you know what, it's okay. And then sometimes I'm like, you know what, it's the 80s. Like literally, you know, times I have to catch myself doing that. So, I don't disagree with what you guys were saying with the fight choreography stuff, like just kind of like, you know, King Crimson erasing apart. Like I didn't enjoy it. I agree with that, but something to do with the way the story is told or written doesn't sit all the way well with me, but I still enjoy it. Like it's one of those things where it's like I could separate those two things. Like I could be saying mid that hits, but I don't think it's mid. I like Saint Seiya, but it's just something.
The most egregious example of this, I would say, is because we knew Shun and Iki were brothers at the start, and then next, he was like, actually, they're all brothers. I'm like, nigga, what? Like, why would you tell us this?
And then that guy was fucking for
it.
He went to every country and he said, "Where are the bitches?" I'm trying to Kang. It's crazy. But you're right. Okay. Do you think Seiya's oh? Go ahead.
Hold on, yeah.
Go ahead.
I feel like he could have utilized the other side characters more as well. I feel like he relied too much on the main cast itself because
you're trying to say unicorn, huh?
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Don't disrespect me again, please. Because since the main cast is 5, every arc will outnumber, but it's only the 5 taking care of everybody. First we had 5 versus 12. Then how many fucking marinas they fought? I don't even fucking remember. I believe it was how many was it?
It was a lot.
It was a good fucking amount.
How many pillars were there? I think each was guarding like a pillar or something. And then the Libra cloth was set so they can use each of the weapons to break each pillar.
Yeah. So I think it was 8 pillars or something. I can't fucking remember. But they're always outnumbered. And he kind of the same way that Araki is, where he don't pull any punches with the damages that the main cast faces, right? Mm-hmm. So I find it just a little hard to believe where one fight, I literally got my arm blown off, but I win the fight in the end. Yeah, I go run and go fight another nigga who's more powerful than the last nigga I fought. But I somehow fight him tooth and nail to the end as well, right? Yeah. I feel like that doesn't have to be the case. I feel like he could absolutely utilize the rest of the cast. So it's not just the same 5 fighting way above their weight class.
You also gotta wonder why it's always them. I guess my question is, are the Bronze Saints like the foot soldiers? Like you send them in first, and if they get bodied, then you send in the disabled, and they get bodies. Like, is that how it works? Shouldn't they all be working together, like kind of gold, silver, and some Saints work together? Like I always thought they could work together in tandem a bit more. Like exactly. Like if I'm like, all right, like I'm on vacation, like I'm about to go chill out, like I'm going back to Greece, I don't know, wherever I'm from in Saint Seiya, and they're like someone who's born under my constellation, if you will, who's a Bronze Saint needs my cloth. Like nigga, you go, don't worry about it. I'll come get it when I need it. Like we all, like, at the end of the day, we're all supposed to be here to protect Athena. Why do 5 of us do all the goddamn fighting?
And nobody does anything. All they doing is killing each other. I'm like, bro, when he said hot-blooded young men, he didn't lie. That's all they do is fight each other.
Nah, for real.
But yeah, I feel like the Hades arc did it a little bit better, which I'm so appreciative for, because we had Moo, we had fucking Doko, we had we had other supporting characters besides the five
Cristo
doing
Lord.
shit.
Yep.
Yeah, we had the revived things who died, right? Doing it. So I think we could have did that throughout the entire series. Not just have the same five. They literally getting their arm broke, their eye gone, they let their foot broken, but they still fighting like 4 niggas per arc and winning all 4 fights. How? And it's within the span of like 4 hours. Not even, I fought him, now we get a week rest. No. Fight one nigga, go run for 20 minutes, and go fight another nigga. How?
Cosmos, baby.
Shit.
I feel you though. Auto Apocalypse? I don't know. I like that. Octavius Apocalypse go harder. How do you guys feel about Saint Seiya? Seiya as a lead. The manliest 13-year-old of all time.
I think he's fine. I personally think he's fine.
I think I kind of want Pat to go last because I like that side. So I'll go second, but go ahead, Civi.
Yeah, I actually love his progression with Saori as well, because he absolutely was not fucking with her.
He did not like that bitch at first. He's like, I don't like you. You talking about you trying to ride this nigga like a unicorn? Like, fuck you.
He's like, you a bitch. I'm never fighting for you a day in my fucking life. I fucking hate you. Don't ever come next to me. I'm not doing no type of shit for you, period. And 2, yo, we gotta do this shit for Athena. Fuck you mean, bitch. Yo, the earth is on our fucking shoulders. So Athena's nice. I absolutely, positively love that progression, because she put in that work to gain his trust.
It's almost like the hero's journey. He has a call to action and rejects it. Like, bro, where's my sister?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about none of this shit.
Yeah, I actually really greatly appreciate that. His progression through the series and whatnot. And Saori plays into it because she earned his trust.
Yeah.
And whatnot. She was wildin'. She absolutely was wildin'. And then she was like, yo, I was wildin'. This is what really my role is. And she put in the work. She was the first person on the scene with every single arc. She put her line on the line first before anybody else put their life on the line for her and whatnot. Like that gate fucking Seiya's trust. So I greatly appreciate that. And I mean, he got the job done. I think he has a good design too. Shout out Brown here. So I mean, yeah, I think he's a pretty cool guy who doesn't afraid of anything.
My answer is twofold. Ask me this kind of with my first general experience with Saint Seiya way back, and I didn't like him. It wasn't moving me. I didn't care for it. Now I can see the nuance. Like, is he my favorite? Am I like, yeah, he's a GOAT? Nah, but I like him. I don't have a problem with him. He works. And like you said, it's actually funny you brought that up. That's probably what I would have mentioned. I like how his relationship with her develops, because again, he starts off not liking her. Like, I don't like, but like it made complete sense. Cause I think Unicorn, what's his name? Jab? I don't remember his name, real name, whatever.
Like Jabu, something.
Whatever. He talking about, ride me like a horse, my lady. Like, he's like, you have no fucking pride. Like, he was sick, bro. He was so sick with that nigga. Like,
sick bastard.
They came back. Even like the bald dude and the other guys talking like, I don't like any of you. Where the hell's my sister? I got the damn cloth, bro. Like, I don't fucking care about this shit. I really don't. But like you said, they both had to grow, and they ended up trusting each other, and they rely on each other a lot too. And then and like you said, Athena's a big stepper. Like, she's not the one who's a commander who sends her soldiers, her like foot soldiers first or whatever, and comes after. She's like, I'm here. They will follow after. I'm like, respect, Pat.
I mean, like I said, I don't dislike him. So, as a lead, I'd say like he leaves a lot to be desired, because I just don't find him particularly interesting on his own. Like the things that he fights for.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the things that he fights for, I guess, would be the most compelling part about him. Like, he was trying to be reunited with his sister. Like I said, sibling trope go crazy. But aside from that, like, his personality just kind of bland for me. His fights also bore me. And fucking, just the way he wins is kind of unremarkable, because I'm like, bro, you're telling me the attack didn't work, and your solution was to use it again,
But it's faster
and
though.
it worked again.
But
Like
it's faster though.
I was so confused. I was just like, bro, how?
5
Where's the
FPS,
logic?
15 FPS, 30 FPS,
60,
120.
120, 144. Oh man.
I mean, he's not a bad character though. I've seen plenty worse. Trust me, I've seen worse.
That's that makes sense to me. I'm with you on that. But again, I could see why someone could end up on both ends of the spectrum with him. But I don't have no heat with him. Was the best way. Like, he's fine. He works for me. And again, he's 13-year-old man. He out here. He wouldn't have worked. 13. You're gonna ask him to do that. Be like, I'm going back to play GameCube. All right. Right. Like I need to be a kid, bro. I'm not trying to. I need to be a kid, and then find me at 26 and ask me how I feel about all this shit. What do you guys think about Cosmos as a power system, energy system, magic system? You think it works? Think it doesn't work? Think it's dumb? Think it's like nonsensical? It picks and chooses when it wants to make sense? What are your thoughts? Or do you think it at least works for the series?
I think it works for the series, but I actually really like it a lot.
Mm.
Are there things that are just super fucking random? Absolutely. Like, for example, a fucking Saint card. What the fuck is that? Like, you got a card that got your constellation on it? Where does that come from? Do you form it through your cosmos? Does
you trade
each
it through
class,
the store, bro?
Like, does each class just come with like a pack of 12 cards? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, that was so silly to me. Then they talking about some each saint got like 13 constellation points on their body, or they got as many constellation points as stars that their constellation have in their body, and that's like their weak spot or whatever. That only appeared in the series like twice, so I don't know what the fuck that was about. But the general idea of Cosmos is so fucking raw, and the reason why I like it so much is because it's so powerful. But he always draws the attention that at the end of the day, these characters are still human. They're not unhuman. They're not non-human. Right? So without their class, just one punch will get you the fuck out of here.
Unless you sure you.
Yeah, anyways. they can move up to Mach 5, higher than that. They can split mountains, part the sea, all types of other shit, right?
Part the waterfall.
Reverse the waterfall.
Yeah.
Reverse the flow of water, all type of other crazy freaking shit, right? But at the end of the day, they're still human, so their class are protecting them. And I always thought that was so fucking genius. I thought that was so raw. Not that they demigods and nope. They just humans, but using the weapons or abilities of gods, if you will. And I thought that was so fucking cool. And it's like, yo, if you don't got that cloth on, nigga, if I sneeze, you're gone. That's raw to me. And just the fact, like, everything in existence has a cosmos. It's like a real but better. See, Oda, I know where you got your inspiration from. You're not asleep. He was just reading Shonen Jump when he was growing up. See, you're not asleep. Anyways, yeah, everything has a cosmos. You gotta feel it.
Gotta break the molecules, the atoms,
that's so raw to me. Everything has like its own internal structure, and you can feel that within. You can burn your own, and it depending on your emotions and how greatly you could burn it in one. It's just, I think it's fucking cool. Like, it's very simple, but I think it's fucking raw, and I think it greatly works with this universe.
Okay, Pat.
I feel like it works for the series because the timing of when the cosmos is applied to certain techniques is particularly convenient when you're reading the fights, or just like, why now? Why now is this cosmo burning? Like, like he has to be on death's door. Like, they don't explain the stipulations and the conditions for a cosmos burning brighter than before. It just happens. They call upon it. And I don't really have a problem with it. Because it's just like, okay, let's do it. And it works. And I'm just like, all right, that was kind of cool. I fuck with it. But it could it be more polished? Sure. Is it one of the best systems that I've seen? Probably not. But does it work? Absolutely.
Okay. I love the. I think it works for the series, and like Simi, I think I like it. Like I just like the concept of it. Like it's cool. First of all, it's like a universe, galaxy wide, defining power, like the cosmos. Space. Like I like that off rip. Then the line that says in I think the first chapter, first episode, the Cassio, it's like, have you ever felt the cosmos burning with you deep in your body? You never felt it, have you? Like it just the way that was explained by splitting atoms, all those things. I really like it. I do think the way that it gets applied can be very okay at the perfect moment it does that and stuff. But I think it's great, and I love when they start talking about the next senses, like the seventh sense, right?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
And the eighth sense, which I like a lot too. Shout out to Shotgun on the saying go man. But like,
yes, sir.
like again, it's not it's not crazy complicated or like, whatever it is. It's simple. It works for the series, and I've always been okay with that. I don't need something incredibly complex with like hard, like soft magic is fine with me. I don't need a hard magic system. So I like Cosmos. If you were like, objectively, do you think like not necessarily, but I like it. It's just very cool to me, and it's unique in its own right. Yeah, I love. I'm trying to get my A sense. So yeah. Y'all talking this mid over fairy tale. Hate to see it. Oh, that's crazy. But I'm having a much better time. But yeah, Cosmos works. It works though. Right? It works. It works. The only thing that I would say the only issue that I have with Cosmos sometimes is I kind of wish it had the aura. Like a aura that stays. Like sometimes. Like sometimes they're glowing or whatever. But I really thought like they could have made a cool like space, I don't know, universe type like aura around them. Like I don't know. I thought it would have been cool. But that's a personal thing. It's not like an actual criticism. But I've also wanted to see them like surrounded by like a universe almost. Like imagine like the Milky Way galaxy like energies just like flowing through their skin. Like you know what I'm saying?
That's fucking gas.
That'd have been
I believe in one of the games, I think it's the Sanctuary on PS2. I don't know if it's a stage or an effect because I'm still kind of playing around with it myself, finally emulating it after all these years. Where they're like literally fighting in fucking space. I think that's fucking cool. I wish we could have seen that in the fucking manga and whatnot.
Dimension.
Just send your ass somewhere else. But I mean, I know they can't because they're literally fucking human. But like,
yeah.
The fact of just like fighting in the fucking galaxy is just fucking cool as hell.
I agree. But what do you guys think people like get wrong, misremember, or just kind of talk shit about the series? And do you think it is literally just Sailor Moon for boys? That's a comment that I see very, very often.
My sister says that every single time, and I actually I don't have a fucking argument. Especially seeing the fact that he literally wanted to make a boys fashion manga. Yeah, I can't they have a point. Like that is good slander because that's kind of what it is.
It's never upset me. Like every time I hear it, Pat the Alonzo Mourning meme when he's on the bench in the heat, he shakes his head and he's like, "Well, you know what?"
Like, nigga changed his mind halfway through.
That's how I react every time. Like, here we go. Well, that's like wrong, I guess. So, and like people who don't know, Sailor Moon characters are immensely powerful too, right?
Yup,
so,
they sure fucking
they're fucking busted. So, yeah, they don't know about Neo Queen Serenity, dog. Jesus Christ. But yeah.
What I'm not a misconception, but a lot. I see people using it as like a scale for fucking power scaling and stuff,
I
which is
was
highly
just
annoying.
about to say that.
Yeah, they do the thing that fake comic book readers do. It was like, oh well, you know what, Saint Seiya characters they can move like box 6 and the like, bro, you didn't read this manga, dog. All you did was just look up how powerful Gold Saints are, and then you run in with that, which is highly fucking annoying. Because yes, even though this is a battle manga, and that the only way that conflict is ever resolved in here is through fucking fists. I would honestly say it's more so about brotherhood than just who's the strongest and whatnot, right? They're not fighting for supremacy, if you will. They fighting out of duty and shit. So that's one thing that always greatly annoyed me. Like every time bring up a fight, oh well, you know Seiya characters, I'm like,
put Seiya in the God cloth, bro, and he, you definitely hear that a lot. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Pat.
Yeah, so you took my point. When they fucking talk about Saint Seiya characters, it was a lot of this back when people started playing Jump Force. I mean, not Jump Force. Jump All J-Stars.
Victory Versus.
And Saint Seiya was in the game, and they was like, fucking, oh, who this? And then they were looking him up, and it was like, oh, he could do this, this, and that. And like, oh my god, he's so broken. I'm like, bro, you ain't even read the shit.
Right. I saw a lot with Toriko, especially after the Grand Knocking. I saw a lot around those times.
Oof.
They were like, oh, they singing, dude. It's like, wow. J-Stars was my shit back in the day. I like the Jump Ultimate DS games. Those two games.
Yeah, Ultimate Stars. All Stars are Ultimate Star. That's all they call it.
Yeah, those are good. J-Star Victory Versus, I don't think is a good game, but I got to use Madaka and Olga.
I like J-Stars.
In a video game, so.
Yeah, I like J-Stars too.
I don't like it at all. It's not a good game, but you got it.
Like it as in like I think it's
I could play it for like mindlessly for like an hour, be with my friends, but I wouldn't, buy it, I guess is what I'm saying.
It's doable is what I'm trying to say. It's serviceable. That's a phrase I'm looking for.
It's not Jump Force though. That's awful.
Oh yeah,
it's way better than
that game that's just doused in fucking grease.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's freaking delisted off of digital storefronts because one character's license ran out. So that's it. Can't buy the game no more.
Yeah, I remember seeing it. That's kind of funny. But okay, we'll get to the last part, which is this series' influence. Right? How much influence do you think it has in terms of how it permeates to other mangas and how much people like look to this as inspiration and yada yada blah blah blah? And I want to talk about how South America loves this shit. So fucking South America, I'm thinking of right. I'm thinking like something like I don't want to say like Spanish speaking countries and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's the South America.
Yeah, you're 100% right.
I keep telling you, I don't geography well. I am Zorro. I gotta make sure. try not to sound ignorant, but because I remember I can't remember what scene I was looking for one time, and I kept finding it, but I kept finding it in Spanish.
You type in Saint Seiya on YouTube, you'll find something about Saint Seiya in Spanish before Japanese.
There's actually a lot of videos that I see of like I guess Spanish speaking YouTubers speaking about this. It's pretty good, pretty cool. Ixaburner, Ixaburner Air. I remember Ixaburner. I used to always make fun like Ixaburner chair. Yeah, Ixaburner. It's not fair. I get those shit like that. But yeah, what do you think though?
It's like it's one of the most popular and influential series of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Like just because it didn't get the popularity that it quite honestly deserved in North America doesn't change anything. Like just reading this, I forgot what Sage said. I wish he was fucking here.
I know.
Damn
it would have been perfect. He needed to be in the chat or in the call, but that's on me. That's my fault.
I believe he said that it was one of the first, if not the first manga in Shonen Jump to do the trope of having a tournament arc being interrupted by an enemy organization. I think he said it was one of the first to actually have a tournament arc period too. I can't fucking remember. It's one of the two. But
I don't think it would be
Bro.
the first literal tournament arc, but
It's not the first.
Not the first, but
one of the first.
One of the
yeah.
first, yes. Yes.
Yeah,
But I
but
think
like
it is the first to have it interrupted when I'm thinking about it now.
Like in my history archives, absolutely. Like for me, it'd be like one of the earliest. So
it literally influenced freaking Gundam. Several entries within Gundam. Ronin Warriors, just the thing that got Pat into Seiya is a Seiya clone, if you will. Right? So it's one of the Hall of Fame. Like, it's the literal dirt that was there so that we could build roads. It's one of the most popular Shonen Jump manga of all time. It may not have like the sale numbers. I mean, it still sold 25 million at least. I don't know the modern numbers are. And that number,
right now.
Yeah, while I'm rambling. And that number is going to keep going down as more manga sells more and more. But the influence, oh no, absolutely, it's one of the most influential of all time. It's just unfortunately one of those things where it didn't catch on in North America because we didn't get it. We got it so late, and then we got a weird,
I walked across the avenue.
Damn near abridged version of it. Like their blood was fucking purple and blue for whatever reason. But like, yeah, it's for anybody who actually knows their stuff and not, oh well, you know, Dragon Ball is the father of all
Shonen. The Dragon Ball, nothing would never exist. So Dragon Ball is the first anime, Breath of the Wild. You know, the first to do everything. Nothing ever came. Literally.
Yeah, Saint Seiya sold over 50 million copies, which is really good.
Yeah, so it's like for a time period, the art, what it was doing, and the creativity. You know, back then, a lot of the manga was, if not sports, or just slapstick, gag, if you will. This manga pushed the notion of not only a more serious tone, but the fighting aspect, if you will. All right. And it's one of the things that made Shonen Jump, or helped make Shonen Jump the most popular shonen magazine.
Absolutely.
Right. Like, it's literally like Shuisa's Hulk Hogan, if you will. Like, without...
No, don't use that, bro.
Okay, not Hogan, then... Alright, Shawn Michaels, then. I mean, I don't like Michaels either, but... He is also a piece of shit with a fucking lazy eye, but whatever. We're gonna use Michaels. He's like freaking... He's... Well, wow. Now I'm saying he's... It is like... Shuisa's Shawn Michaels, right? Without saying Seiya, they probably wouldn't have gotten as high as they got. It's that fucking big. It's just really unfortunate that in North America it didn't catch on. And when people see that something didn't catch on in North America, they treat North America as the be all end all. So if it wasn't popular over here, then it don't mean nothing. The only thing that is the exception is One Piece. Because even still, One Piece did not catch on over here as it should have, because fucking the Fox box dubbing.
Yeah yo.
And then,
yeah yo. His name is Nigga.
Yeah, that
He
and then
the
just
Nika no. Stop. Go ahead.
Yeah, that and just it doing way too much damage when no matter how much time they tried afterwards, just that they couldn't erase what Fox did. Right, but other than that, if a series doesn't catch on in North America, people just act like it's not that big of a deal. But no, Seiya is absolutely that big of a fucking deal. The simple fact that this manga came out fucking in what year specifically? 1986. And it's still getting movies. It's still getting new adaptations. Still
Netflix,
getting...
They tried.
Yup.
They tried to modernize it too and Americanize it a little bit. I think.
Ugh.
I think I seen that nigga say with a skateboard.
Oh Jesus Christ! Got a Netflix series, still getting a bunch of merch. Like that by itself shows that it stands a testament of time.
I agree.
Right. So like, it's popular. It's just unfortunately in North America, folk are ignorant. I've been talking a while.
Pat. You want to add anything there?
About its popularity.
I mean, yeah. If anything to chime in, if not, I have a final question. We can wrap it up.
Nah, just tidbit is like Simi said, just because the series doesn't catch on in North America, where Americans do this really very ignorant and annoying thing where they feel like they're the center of the fucking world.
Yep.
And if something doesn't catch on here, that means it's completely irrelevant. And that's just so fucking arrogant. But, you know, its influence can be seen in South America, where literally it's one of the two biggest series down there, Saint Seiya and Dragon Ball.
Yeah. What do you
It's highly
attribute to its
respected.
popularity down there, though? Like, what's the reason? Why did this?
We didn't-
It's the character designs. They look more well, I would say less Japanese than the
They're
average
not.
characters. Because
Yeah,
they
they're not Japanese.
Hold on, they have.
but you know the hair texture of their characters is more similar to what you will see in South America. So that's probably part of the reason.
Yeah, Seiya's brown as fuck.
Yeah, I'll just say he's not like pale.
But yeah, like the
Iki and him
characters-
and Iki have a baby tan.
Yeah, characters specifically aren't Japanese. They're from all over the place.
That's true.
And as Pat said, they look more like South Americans than they would do like they would do freaking Caucasians or Japanese. All right. But also it was one of the first things that they got over there.
Yes,
right? Because what we got, the first anime that we got over here was some Tatsunoko stuff, Macross, Sailor Moon, and Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Right? So and then it starts slowly going more and more when we started tape trading, so we started getting more OVAs and stuff like a Record of Lotus War and Akira and shit like that, right? But
Ronin
down
Warriors.
there, down there, they got Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball, and Saint Seiya. They had that shit since day one over there. So they grew up with that. Just like Americans grew up with Dragon Ball, no matter what era you're talking about.
He's right. That makes sense to me.
80s, 90s, 2000, we all grew up with Dragon Ball. That's why it has such a great place in a lot of people's hearts. Even now to 2010s, because then you had freaking what was
Kai.
that freaking Kai? There you go. I would not remember that at all. That fucking abridging of fucking Dragon Ball, right? But they constantly re-showing Dragon Ball down there. They had Saint Seiya from the beginning. They probably still running that shit down there too. So that shit is so popular. So that's what they had. We literally did not get it until the freaking 2000s. Like the manga was localized, but since nobody knew what it was, they kind of weren't reading it. Just like how we always had Stardust Crusaders or localized, but nobody knew what it was, so they weren't reading it. Plus, that's fucking part 3. We didn't have part 1 or 2, just part 3 randomly.
Yeah.
Just smack dab. And they completed it. I believe they completed it. But yeah, down there they had Saint Seiya first. So and that makes perfect sense to me.
Okay. I was wondering why we attributed that. Lost, are you just giving me Genshin Impact, Honkai Impact lore in the fucking hold on. In the year this man's dropping knowledge on me, he's trying to get me to play. Kurakami Lunge? Hey, that's what I'm trying to see. Kurakami Phantom. Well, alright. You have any final comments on Saint Seiya? Anime, whatever. Oh, shoot, the games. Simi, did you? I don't know if you played any of them, Pat, but Simi, did you play any of them?
Absolutely.
Like extensively? Like I got like 300 hours. The 1v1 fighting one. Me and my friend went absolutely ballistic. We were just literally screaming attacks out in thing.
Extensively, unfortunately not, but I've dabbled in a lot of them. I didn't play the RPG one that I was talking about earlier, but I do have both the Sanctuary and Hades for PS2 downloaded. I had the PS3 fighting game downloaded as well, and I actually have the PS4 fighting game on my PS. I actually bought that. I plan on playing through all of them, all of their story modes from beginning to end. But Saint Seiya games are honestly cool as fuck, though.
I have not enjoyed any of them. I enjoyed every single one that I played. I enjoyed them thoroughly.
Yeah, like they're really cool. They're absolutely really cool. Like the character models are highly detailed since the graphics don't really have to focus on anything else because the environments are pretty simple in nature. So the graphics then more focus on the characters, which is very important because as we said, his art is like his strongest suit. And like to see or be able to control the characters in their class is a really cool fucking thing. And just like I feel like Seiya fighting games are kind of like Tenkaichi, if you will. I like to use Tenkaichi as like a basis or like a scale, if you will, because that's one of the first anime fighting games that I played. Was like, wow, this perfectly emulates how the series actually is. Like it feels like I'm playing an anime episode. And I feel like Saint Seiya fighting games they incorporate that pretty well as well. Like you can send people flying across the map, destructible environments, burning your cosmos. Oh man, in the Sanctuary they have this revival system where there's no rounds, but when you get knocked down, you have the opportunity to get back up. And based on the character you're playing as, it's a different something that's calling out to them. So, like for example, if you're playing as one of the Bronze Saints, you get knocked down. The person that's calling out to you to get back up, and it's specific to the character, is Saori usually, Athena, right? And I think that's the coolest fucking thing.
See, it's the
especially when you
tell you small things, man. It's the little things.
It's always the small things. Like, bro, it's so fucking raw. Like, it's so cool too because once you get knocked down, it goes in slow motion. Then the screen goes white and it's all black. You see your character on the floor. So I'm just use Seiya as an example. Then you literally see Saori with her scepter, and she's like, Seiya, please get back up. And you gotta mash the buttons to stand back up. And like, of course, how fast you mash it, Seiya will actually either get back up or fall back down according to how fast you're mashing. Of course, how many times you got knocked down. It's the coolest fucking thing ever. And it's so fucking raw. If you successfully get back up, you get a burst of energy. And if your opponent is close enough to you, they'll go flying back. It's just so fucking cool. And I think a lot of those games have that level of detail, that fan service in them. I thoroughly enjoy them. I say everyone should fucking play those games, though.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't go out of your way, like, if you don't have a computer strong enough to emulate the PS3, if you don't actually own a PS3, I would say you could at least emulate. Or just look up gameplay videos of the Sanctuary and Hades for PS2. They're super fucking cool.
I'm right. I love all of them. I never remember if I played the PS4 one, but all right. Any final words, Pat, for the people?
Yeah, man. Sure, you represented for all the Eastern Dragons.
There you go. And never forget that I walked across the avenue. I want to give a tremendous shout out to everybody who's been supporting me on Patreon. You guys have no idea how much it means to me. Shout out to the certified band lovers. Shout out to the priests of fire, but especially my fifth Zen gods, my tier 3 patrons. Shout out to Sonny Katapali, Simi, Shoddy to Your Body, Scobe, Revenant, Miles, Chris, Cayenne, Irene, Sharda, Tris, David Langstaff, Childish Nujabes, Bloody Winters, Alan, Petrie, and my boy Abdel. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you.